I guess fortunately nobody was here to wait, so we didn't make anybody wait with our delay. But yeah, let me see. Let me see. We're gonna spin the wheel for Index Chan real quick. Let's see what Index wins.
I'm using my power to abuse the system.
Spin this shit. Ooh, Index gets ASMR. Congratulations, Index. Alright. Hey, Index. I love you.
See, like you mean it.
I love you. What the fuck
Alright,
was that?
I'm gonna go die now.
The fuck was that?
Nothing.
Is that? Is that a good? Was that a good noise or a bad one? I don't know.
It was nothing. I'm gonna go perish now.
Go perish. Why are you gonna go perish?
I'm gonna go perish now.
Why? Why are you gonna do that?
Because I can.
Because you can?
Because I can.
Why? Index. Hold on, let me fuck with the model. It's not catching my damn mouth again.
I don't want to talk about it.
What?
I don't want to talk about it.
What do you mean you don't want to talk about it, silly? It's too late. You have to talk about it now.
Okay.
You gotta talk about it now.
Yeah, me.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Why is it not tracking my fucking mouth? God damn computer. Do what I tell you to do, okay? Shit. Track my mouth. Track my mouth. It's supposed to be a huge delay, if anything. Jesus. Model, what the fuck? What's your problem, model? What's your fucking problem? I don't know. It's being a bug. Bugged out. Some shit. Should I restart with Species Face? Maybe? Let me see.
I don't know, maybe that'll work.
Maybe. Or maybe it'll make my computer catch on fire, I don't know.
I mean, you'll never know till you try.
As I do that, it bursts into flames.
Then you look down and it says made in the United States.
Oh, of course.
Oh my gosh. Oh, have you ever seen the IT crowd?
Yes, I have. In my mouth.
The British one or like the English one?
The British one. I've seen the British one.
That's what I was thinking of. You know, when he's trying to put out the fire with the extinguisher, and the extinguisher like lights on fire, and he looks over and it says "Made in Britain," and he's just like,
what?
Of course.
Made in Britain.
Yeah, that's what happened. When he's trying to put out the fire, he looks over. He's like trying to put out the fire, and the fire extinguisher says "Made in England."
Oh.
It's like, and it's like, but it lit on fire, and he's like, that makes sense.
That makes total sense, huh?
And I was like, I don't know, that moment sticks with me forever and ever.
Alright, so
I'm very fond of it.
From what Ren has told me, this chapter is what? Hemlo, how it do, and have you appreciated yourself today?
Hello. Hello.
Weedy bread.
Weedy bread.
I believe.
I'm doing a mission for them right now.
Oh, they're a friend of yours? Welcome, welcome. How's it going, friend? We are just chilling right now. We had a bit of a hiccup with Streamlabs. I don't know. Or Twitch is like, we don't want to accept this Twitch title, even though there's nothing wrong with the title.
How dare you use Japanese?
Yeah, I don't know. It had problems with our Twitch title, even though there's nothing banned in it. So we just we got held up with that. But besides that, we're all right. I've appreciated myself. Yeah. Yeah, I ate some good food. And I took a big poop.
I tried to take a nap. And I cleaned my room. I ate real good today. I've done so much.
I'm proud of you. She organized her room really well. Everybody give her a round of applause. Round of applause for Index for organizing her room and doing lots of work on it.
Thank you. I had to.
You can't see, but I'm clapping my flippers right now.
Sound alert applause.
Just gonna vibe and listen while I work on some college stuff. Oh, thank you, Weedy. Appreciate it. We're gonna do some reading of Higurashi. This is the final chapter, so there's gonna be a lot of shit explained.
Gonna be a lot of murder.
Yeah. From what Ren has told me, this chapter is gonna be like entirely tips. It's gonna be like tip hell, I guess. We have to read them in a certain order, I think, is what Ren was telling me. Yeah, it's supposed to take a long time, so. And I think after we complete it, then we have to reread the tips in another way to get a different ending or something. Something Ren was telling me. I have to look at what they were saying, but yeah. It's gonna be a long boy. It's gonna be a long boy. But yeah, how about we jump into it, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do that.
You are sharing your screen with me, and I didn't notice till now.
I told you I was. Oops.
I'm just...
My flippin'
I'm
PNG.
so
I gotta
used
turn my
to
PNG
you.
off.
I am so used to you not...
Where's Index?
I'm so used to you
There she is. So
not,
used to me.
not sharing things with me.
Oh, Index, don't say it like that.
Yeah, you're sharing.
Oh, Index make me look terrible. You make me look terrible. Ouch. Make me sound like a terrible person when you say it like that. Oof. Oof.
Well, I mean, I'm a terrible person.
We get to join each other in the terribleness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can come join me. I'll save you a seat in hell.
Okay. Keep it warm for me. No, keep it cold. Actually, I like
I'll
it
keep
cold.
it cold for you because we're gonna be in the last ring of hell where it's cold.
The last ring of hell. Oh dear.
Yeah. Have you never read Dante's Inferno?
No, actually, I have not.
It's from Dante's Inferno. Okay.
Okay, Index. Whatever you say, Index. Whatever you say. I'm fine with it.
Let's be clear. I haven't read all of Dante's Inferno because I'm not that big of a nerd, but I've read most of it.
You're a huge fucking nerd. You're like Lord of the Rings.
Hey, that's not nerdy. It's culture.
Culture. Lord of the Rings. Really?
Culture. It's culture. Lord of the Rings is culture. Okay.
All right, Index. All right.
Why are you doing this to me? Bully.
You're getting heckin' bullied.
Okay. I'm bullied all the time. I don't even mind. I don't even mind it.
Don't even
also,
mind
y'all
it.
know I'm a huge masochist, so bad.
Index would be a masochist, huh?
Yeah, Kondo, please don't do that.
Welcome to the world of Higurashi Chapter 8, Matsuribayashi. In this world, you'll be able to recreate the story from Hanyu's point of view. Really now. Your objective is to create the June 1983 ideal to you. You will need to collect many different fragments to make that possible. However, Takano's conviction is very strong. To overturn it, you will need a lot of effort and a lot of fragments. I'll warn you right now, it'll be a slow and painful process. Hanyu went through it for over 100 years, and she even had to stop and give in to fate. Defeating Takano's conviction will not be easy. The trial in this world will put you through as much pain as Hanyu had to endure. You may surrender, just like Hanyu did, after being emotionally worn down by the constant repetition of the words woven by countless fragments. When you feel like surrendering, you can end this game at any time. But if you do, the worlds revolving around your friend's fate will be limited to Onikakushi through Minagaroshi. By forgetting about this world and uninstalling this product, you will finally accept death. Just like Rika did. Your ideal June 1983 can be created by putting together 50 fragments that are scattered all over this world. To connect those fragments together, you will need the right ones. There are 50 of them, which may be dizzying. However, this world isn't that merciless. To ease your pain, there will be a little help for you. When you choose the wrong pieces, your only ally here will give you a sign that it's not yet time to put those fragments together. As long as the sign remains, you won't be able to connect them. You might as well go look for different ones. After you put other fragments together, you might be able to connect the ones you couldn't put together earlier. When that happens, she'll let you know. Let's put those fragments together. Then you'll be able to join the other ones too. When you connect all 50, they'll become one big fragment. There you'll find your ideal June 1983. That's when the long-awaited Matsuribayashi will begin. Before you peek at each fragment, why don't you line up all 50 of them first? Most of them require other fragments, so there are only a few you can actually look at. Let's try to find those first. To see the conditions for connecting fragments, just point the cursor at them. Before anything else, let's find the ones you can look at without any conditions. There will be an extremely long and difficult trial. Let me tell you again, Hanyu challenged this for over 100 years and gave up on it. If you believe in miracles in the same way your friends do, even if you don't live in the world where they live, if you believe in them, welcome. Wait, what? Welcome to the world of Chapter 8 Matsuribayashi. You'll be tested to see if you believe in the world that Rika and the others believed in. A miracle only happens when everyone combines their strength. The June 1983 created by Takano is nearly indomitable. She's gathered many people whose powers are beyond the average person to her side, her backers being at the center of national authority. Even if 100 dice all rolled ones, there wouldn't even be a chance to defeat her. In other words, a miracle is the only way forward. A miracle happens only when everyone combines their strength, and you are one of them. Uh-oh. Are you ready? I'm more than ready. The key to a long... Huh?
Yeah, I'm ready. I have all my gummy bears.
Okay. Lurk procrastination time is over. Lurk I must. Okay, thank you, Weedy Bread. The key to a long journey is not to pressure yourself too hard. Well, let's take it at a light pace. I'll work while drinking my usual wine. Okay. Okay, Rika. Shall we begin? We have all the time in this world. I wish I was immortal like that. Fucking Twilight Zone. You obtained new fragments.
What part about you not coming over here did you not understand? My cat is now mad at me and he has shown me his butt.
I thought that was like the standard. Alright, so these are all the fragments we start out with. 1 out of 7. There's 7 of these fucking pages? That is a lot.
If there's
Okay.
8 per page, that's quite a bit, actually. Yeah.
Welcome, Kitten Shop.
Okay.
Oh, these have conditions. Okay, so the first few, I guess... The first few, I guess, don't have conditions.
Mm-hmm. So are we just supposed to read them and look at them and connect them, or what are we supposed to do? Help, I need an adult.
These all have fucking conditions, I think.
Does the first one have a condition?
I think it does. Hello, Lily.
Hello, Nini. Ken Chop says, just got out from work. So me lurk for now. Okay, drive safe, Ken.
The death of construction site manager is required. Hospitalization. These all have condition.
I think
No
we
idea.
have to...
Alright, well, let's start with this. This fragment can't be connected yet. Okay. What? Oh, is it just... The discontinuation of Hojo's plan is required. This fragment can't be connected yet.
Okay.
Am I just doing process of elimination?
Yeah, so we need ones that are required. Wait, go to the next page. I want to read them before you click on them.
This fragment is required first. What?
Okay, hit that one.
Help from the Queen Carrier is required. Results of the research on...
Click on the one that says this fragment is required first.
Okay. Alright.
There we go.
Sorry for being late. I had an unusually large number of patients today. Thank you for coming, Lieutenant Colonel Ide. Tomitaka stood up suddenly and saluted when he saw Ide come into the room. Alright. Stop calling me Lieutenant Colonel. I'm a doctor. I just can't get used to military ranks. Can you call me Director instead? Understood, Director Ide. Tomitake, of course, knew that Ide didn't like to be called Lieutenant Colonel, so it was something of a joke. They laughed casually together. On the other hand, Takano looked rather fed up with it. She couldn't stand hearing the same joke over and over and was even thinking about talking to Tomitake about it. But she didn't want to hurt his feelings, so she simply never had the chance. Maybe it's because of how Tomitake pronounces it, but she keeps hearing Risa. Lieutenant Colonel in Japanese, Nisa. The heck? Once she heard it that way, she kept hearing Ide Risa every time Tomitake said it. When Takano told Ide about it, he had a good laugh. Today was just a simple meet and greet, and tomorrow was the actual meeting. Tomitake had already arrived, but there would be more inspectors from Tokyo at the meeting, wanting to hear about the progress that had been made. Oh, hi, Lily. Just get a word. Steven Construction. Okay. Safe trip home.
Hey, Willie. Hey, Lily. That sounded like Willie.
Willie?
Go to Conan now.
Platinum Willie?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Fuck no.
No.
Name change? Don't do that. Please don't do that, Lily.
No.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
You would never hear the end of that. That's funny. Tomitake had already arrived, but there would be more inspectors from Tokyo at the meeting, waiting to hear about the progress that had been made. Anyway, I heard the whole village is all up in arms about the damn construction project. You could say that again. The village is such a mess. I participated in the local municipal explanation meeting as an official, but the whole thing was alive with angry shouts and profanities.
Thank you for the host. We got you front row seats.
Oh heck, is that kitten? Thank you for those, kitten.
Thank you.
After the basic Hidemazawa Dam project was announced, the village was consumed with uproar. The government retracted their plans for concessions rather early on. They made their aggressive stance clear. They didn't want the locals to take advantage of them by showing their willingness to compromise. However, that backfired horribly. As they had historical ties to the land, the government's actions only made their bonds stronger. Neither the government nor the locals wanted to back down. Index.
Oh, I can't. It's not picking me up. One second. People from Hinamizawa are rather hot-tempered. Maybe because they're the descendants of demons.
It's not funny. That wild meeting lasted all night. I feel your pain. Really, it's not funny to Tomitake-san. So, what's going on with the dam construction? Are they really going to submerge this village? Tokyo's applying their pressure to the situation too. Things might seem clamorous on the surface, but in truth, the supporters behind it are wavering rather hard. I hope their pressure produces results soon. The whole village is buzzing with action from dusk till dawn, and I wear the villagers' minds are growing agitated. Sometimes I have to listen to my patients go on and on about their opinion on the dam construction plan.
Why do you even listen to them? You're too nice.
I have to. I'm a clinic director first and research centers director second. It's part of my job to listen to them. That's very nice of you. It's admirable. I know the people in Tokyo will call up the plan sooner or later, but the villagers don't. So they have to live in fear that they might be forced to leave the land where they've lived for generations.
Even if they're told to leave, they don't have money, and a lot of them are old. Maybe some wanted an increase in the amount of compensation they'd be offered, but the government changed its mind. I don't think it's possible for them to come to a peaceful agreement at this point.
I'm Platinum Willie now. It's too late. Oh god, what have you done, Lily? What have you done? No! There were actually some villagers who were satisfied with the amount and were willing to leave. However, the Sonozaki family didn't want to change their stance against the issue. They're actually leading the villagers in the fight against the government. They're...
Penguin?
What? What?
You just like cut out really, really bad there.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Am I still cutting out?
I don't know if it was me or if it was...
Am I better now?
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, that's weird.
It was really weird.
Shit, where was I?
It might be me though.
They're
We all
actually...
know my internet's gorgeous.
Uh-oh. There are blaring announcement vans everywhere, and ads and flyers are attached to circulation notices.
Penguin, you became a robot.
What
Stream
is...
stopped. Shit, is it me?
The stream stopped? Are you serious?
Yeah. Stream stopped.
I'm mad. Today's going bad.
You became a robot. Today is going bad.
Fuck is the problem?
No. Did you check your drivers?
Not over here. You can
Not
still hear
over
us,
here.
kitten? What are you talking
Maybe
about,
it is
kitten?
me. Maybe it is me.
You can still
I'll
see me,
go over
kitten?
here. Maybe it is me.
I think
don't
it
know.
is you.
It is me.
Oh,
I'm a
index.
robot.
It's all
Good over
good.
here, ending.
Wow.
All right.
It's index.
Well, I'm robot. It's fine. I'll become a robot. It's fine.
We can see you too. So the stream's still going. Okay.
Wait.
Uh-oh. Oh. Ada. Fuck Well, I'm just glad the stream didn't cut out. Jesus, I'd hate to restart it. God, it was such a pain in the ass getting it going in the first place. Fuck.
It's just me.
Well, tell your sister to stop downloading porn or some shit. I don't know. Or your whoever the fuck's in your house downloading shitloads of porn.
Star Citizen. I downloaded Star Citizen. No, my internet's just been like this all day.
Is it porn?
No, it's not porn. I think it's just I don't know. It could just be Comcast.
Oh wow. I heard Comcast is like the devil or some shit.
It is. It's like Comcast is made by Satan.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. It's a serious matter for them. I guess I can understand. I hope the construction plan will be called off soon, for their sake. Once it's called off, this village will become peaceful once again. I know that, of course. Things are moving right along in Tokyo, so please give us a little more time. Ha ha ha. Oh.
Move your body. Move your butt.
Ah, it's
Thank
so
you.
fucking hot in that nurse outfit. God damn it.
Oh my god. I've heard a rumor from Tokyo that you're having problems finding a way to Ow! Why would you do that to me? I was attacked. I'm hurt. Me second.
Uh-oh.
You're having problems finding a way to pressure the Minister of Construction. Is that true?
Oh. I'm not sure, but I've heard myself that they're having a little problem with some of the details. Sakano had powerful people supporting her, but they didn't control all of Japan. There are some things they excelled in, but also other things that they weren't too good at. Finding a way to put pressure on the Minister of Construction fell into the latter.
In all seriousness, though, we really won't be facing any requests to leave this area because of the dam, right?
Of course not. I can guarantee that won't happen. It's just taking longer than we thought, that's all. So please continue your research. We were told that if things can't be resolved peacefully, then we may have to use drastic measures. Drastic measures? What do you mean, Tomitake-san? You don't need to worry about that part, Director Ide. Please let us take care of it. I see. Okay. Thank you for your work. Talking about kidnapping the fucking kid.
That's fine, Director Irie. The dam construction plans will be called off. It's already been decided.
As Takano giggled, Tomitake laughed too. However, Ide couldn't understand what was so funny, so he felt left out. Ide only understood the meaning of those drastic measures when he examined a young boy he had never seen in the village before. Huh. We're talking about when Ide visited the kid who was kidnapped? Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so that's one fragment. It's highlighted, so we did it. But from the Queen is required. Research of the results, so C, 103, 107 are required.
So I guess you're just gonna have to look for the next fragment we need.
Yes. A bat to beat her to death is required. An execution order from a third year's curse is required. Satoko Hojo must not be allowed to visit her sister at the clinic. Repetitive apologies are required. What the fuck? Kyosuke Ide's reminiscence is required. This fragment is what? There's another one.
This fragment is required first. Go to that one.
So I guess we have to keep doing these. required
The ones
first?
that say they're required first, yeah.
Okay. Group physical exams are very meaningful for our research. Although it's only for certain age groups, we can examine many of the Hinamizawa residents at the same time. It's a perfect cover for our research center. Also, because of several arrangements, we have monopoly on the villagers' corpses and can perform autopsies on them too. Yay, mortician work. There certainly wasn't an environment this rich in opportunity for those in the medical field. Our follow-up on the work of the late Dr. Takano is going smoothly. The amount of data he compiled is absolutely astounding. He truly was an incredible researcher.
Excuse me, Director.
Oh, Takano-san. Thanks for your work.
We just received the rest of the test results from Tokyo. Here they are.
Thank you. It's getting interesting, isn't it?
I'm glad we can share this joy.
Takano-san is my assistant, who was sent from the Self-Defense Force. But she's far from the image I have of an SDF officer. Just like our research is being concealed, maybe her identity is concealed too. I'm sure her name is an alias as well. I'm just a doctor and a researcher. Without Takano-san's support, it would be impossible for me to manage this institution. She's a pipeline to her clients in Tokyo, my assistant, as well as a researcher who's an expert on Hinamizawa syndrome. Her existence is absolutely necessary here. The more I think about it, the more I feel this should have been the Takano Institute rather than the Ide Institute, and she should have been the director. But that was explained to me when they asked me to take this position. My client wanted a civilian to manage this place. They searched for a person who met the requirements, and there I was. I became the director. I have a feeling I'm just a puppet on their strings. But I won't just sit here and do nothing. I was asked to do research on a rare disease. I am a researcher, so of course I'm excited about that. My client's goals might be different, but I'm here out of the desire to unravel the mysteries of Hinamizawa syndrome and be the first person to uncover a new history of mankind. Index.
No, it's Irie.
Oh, wait, my bad. Shit, I can't read no more, fuck! Okay. We have all this data that suggests the existence of a parasite as the cause of the syndrome. Yet we still can't find actual evidence of the culprit microbe itself.
That's true. I thought we'd find it easily if we used an electronic microscope.
Viruses are too small to see with the regular microscope. So the invention of the electron microscope was a dramatic advancement in the world of medicine. However, it's very expensive and there's no way for a normal doctor to acquire one. The late Dr. Takano said an electron microscope could find the cause of the disease, but it seems this theory has been proven wrong. Even Takano-san was hoping an electron microscope would find it. She was disappointed when she didn't uncover anything after all the autopsies she performed. Our research seems to be having its first snag. It has actually stalled our work for several weeks now. So we need to think about where to go from here. Which means they're either smaller than microscopic, or maybe there is something wrong with the specimen itself.
What do you mean?
For example, as you know, wild mice have tons of fleas on them. But you can't find fleas on dead mice. That's because when the mouse dies, their habitat dies as well.
So if the host dies, the parasite's world will end too.
That's right. Just like you won't find a living human in a post-apocalyptic world.
Therefore, we just have to look into the earth before it ends, right?
That's true. However, we need to think about human rights. It's hard to look into a brain while a patient is still alive. Examining a living human's brain, no matter how hard you sugarcoated it, that bore very grave meaning. From a medical standpoint, it's necessary. But we have rules and morals in this world, and we have to advance medicine within such boundaries. There was a time when I was studying lobotomies for the betterment of mankind. I don't think I was wrong. However, I could ever be forgiven under our ideas of ethics? Could I ever be forgiven under our ideas of ethics? I don't know. One day, my judgment will be handed down by the devil. Whether I'm guilty or not, I have to accept it. Accept it. As I reflected upon my past, I heard a voice. It was Takano-san's. It was very clear and simple, yet it struck me with surprise.
Understood. Let me prepare a world on the verge of death.
What? I'm startled. Sometimes the phrase advancing medicine bore the whisper of the devil, tempting us to accept sacrifices. I heard that devil whisper.
It's not that difficult. I just have to find a Hinamizawa resident who is about to die, that's all.
But even if they're about to die, who would be brave enough to provide their body for research while still alive?
Don't worry about that. Even if they're dying anyway, we're just going to put them to sleep a little sooner. On paper, of course.
The patient would be legally declared dead, even though they're still alive. And we'd perform an autopsy while they're still alive. That's impossible! Besides, if we perform a neurological surgery, we have to do a circular incision on the cranial area. Their family will notice the marks for sure.
That's where we come in. I'll have the mountain dogs look for a patient in the local hospital that matches our needs immediately. All you have to do is wait with a knife and a fork in your hands. I'll bring your meal right away.
Understood. Mio Takano is my partner, there's no question about that. But I just can't trust her. It's her extremities as a researcher which contrasts largely with mine. But are we so different? I'm here simply waiting with a knife and fork in my hands, just as she told me to. I just don't want to witness such a gruesome scene, that's all. What she's preparing for me now is exactly what I want. Who's the hypocrite? Not her. It's me. How can I say I'm different, knowing what I've done in the past? I performed lobotomies without the patient's consent, despite it being surgery that might affect their life forever. How is that different from what she's doing? I've never doubted my past achievements. However, when I look at her, I start to feel unease. Takano-san is talking to Okanogi-san on the intercom in my office. I'm sure she's telling him to come over so she can explain to him what was just discussed. I'm simply watching without supporting her. I begin to reflect upon my past, to remember why I chose to become a doctor. Oh shit. Shit's already getting fucking shady as fuck, huh? Already getting unethical. Fuck. Alright, that's another one out of the way.
Right, you just gotta find the ones that say.
Well, those. Yeah, this dragon was required first. Yep. The forecast said there was a chance of rain in the evening, but I didn't think it would rain so hard. We decided to wait at an abandoned bus stop for the rain clouds to clear. I'm sorry, Takano-san.
Oh, don't be Tiro-san. I knew it before, so don't worry about it.
Takano-san giggled. Although she said the weather might change suddenly, I dragged her out here. I feel stupid for making her come along and ending up ruining her precious day off. I have to go back to Tokyo tonight, so it'll be a while before I can return to Hinamizawa. I don't want to spend my last day at a cheap hotel in Okinomiya, so I asked her to go for a stroll. It's just... I'm really sorry. She teased me for a while, but only a little. She wasn't actually enjoying driving me into a corner. That's just her way of communicating, and I find it very charming. I think I've become captivated by her. He's pussy whipped! But on her part, I'm just an auditor from Tokyo. That's why she's being nice to me, and it's definitely not because she likes me personally. So I feel like I might have used my position to drag her out here. That makes me feel a little depressed. I probably should think this slight fever I have is due to nothing more than a cold. But she was the type of person who made it clear when she disliked something. She wouldn't say so directly, but she would use all kinds of indirect expressions that meant the same thing. So I want to believe she's out here because she might be even a little bit attracted to me.
They aren't together yet.
Not yet. Ha!
Oh my god.
I shook my head as I frowned upon my selfish thoughts. She chuckled as though she knew what I was thinking. I felt myself starting to go red after that.
You're a serious person, Jiro-san. I bet that woman don't leave you alone, huh? So, why are you hanging out with a weirdo like me?
A weirdo? No way. You're fascinating, Takano-san. Actually, I feel bad making you spend the day with someone like me.
Of course, I decided to devote my life to my work, but life is too dry with only that. I need to switch gears once in a while. Besides, communicating with the opposite sex is good for the brain.
It's all good if I manage to help you clear your head.
Don't you feel refreshed just being with me?
She gives me an impish smile that makes my heart skip a beat. I tried hiding my embarrassment so she wouldn't even notice my ears going red. Of course! When I'm with you, I do feel refreshed, yeah. Besides, if you learn about avian photography, I'll gain a buddy to share my hobby with. So next time, I'll bring my old camera. It's really expensive to buy a new one, you know.
Thank you. I would love to learn about avian photography. The avian photography that you're so intrigued by. I'm looking forward to joining you on a stroll next time we go. So, I don't need to buy a camera, do I?
Avian photography? They're gonna learn about the birds and the bees.
Did I die? Did I become robot?
No.
Okay.
They're gonna learn about the birds and the bees. That's what they're gonna do. No. Try with my old camera first, and if you enjoy it, then you can buy one for yourself. I'll send it to you when I get back to Tokyo. You live index? Oh,
No,
heck.
my internet is freaking out. Like,
Uh-oh.
the thing hasn't moved. I didn't even hear what you just said for like the past minute.
Uh-oh. Utah internet is bad, I guess.
I don't know, it's bad today. Thank you. I'll have you critique my photos when you come next time.
Sure. I can hardly wait to see them.
They'll be nothing compared to yours. It'll be my first time doing it, you know?
While she keeps her cool and smiles, all I can do is blush and scratch my head. Am I being conceited? I can't help but think that Takano-san likes being with me. If it's mere flattery, I don't think she'd come along this far. Oh, no, 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 no. Taking women's flattery seriously is a mistake I always make. I shouldn't assume that she's attracted to me. Uh-oh, Index dead? Index? Uh-oh, Index dead, everybody. He died. Should I read it instead, or like... I'm confused. The stream didn't die, I don't think, no?
No, it was me. I
Oh.
died. My internet was completely out. Just on one of the lines, I tried some on Zippy Dippy now. I'll see if this one looks better. My sister has one that's like regular internet, and then she has one that's like 5G.
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah?
Okay. By the way, isn't this the first time we've been alone like this?
Yeah, you're right. Usually the director or some other research staff is around.
I don't know anything about you. I don't even know exactly what you do in Tokyo. Or what you do in the past. I wonder what you do in self-defense.
I was an instructor for a while, but I was injured and hurt my eye. I can live life normally, but they made a big deal out of it, and ever since, all I do is desk work. Takano-san giggles, saying I must have done something silly to cause the injury. And when I helped PR with their magazine, I became fascinated with photography. Cameras have the power to make people happy. I bet you don't know what I'm talking about, but it's true. Since I started to take pictures, my life has become a lot happier.
Can a camera make someone happy?
Feet pics. Feet pics. Get it? Get it? Get it? Because the camera takes the pictures, you know? Oh, whatever. Laugh at my fucking joke, Index. God.
No.
No. Well,
No, I'm not going to.
a camera takes a snapshot of a moment of life. Of course, you want to capture a moment that's filled with happiness, right? So you look for happiness through the viewfinder, like feet pics. And as you search, you realize your everyday life is actually filled with happiness. For example, a dandelion sprouting from the crack of asphalt is just a weed in a busy life. But when you look at it through the viewfinder, it's a gift to let you know that spring is approaching. You capture it and put it in an album, and every time you open the album, you remember the happy feeling you had when you took the picture.
So you always feel that way when you take your pictures?
Sure, I don't have ambitions of taking artistic photos or capturing a dramatic, prize-winning moment. That's not important to me. I want those moments we don't notice, and helping us recognize those little moments of happiness is the greatest thing about cameras to me. So I'm really glad to be able to see Hinamizawa through my viewfinder. I have a tendency to go overboard when I talk, but most of the time, Takano-san playfully twists my words right back at me. So it's very unusual for her to listen to me like this. Takano-san sat down next to me and tried to fiddle with my camera. I don't know how much of an impression I made, but I think she's indeed interested in cameras. I was expecting her to tease me like usual, so I'm happy to see that this is a reaction. Do you want to try?
I think I can.
It's easy! First, you just need to learn how to focus and press the shutter. Why don't you hold it? Oh, don't ever touch the lens, though.
Oh, This isn't easy.
Since she seemed to show an interest in cameras, I wanted to take a walk around Hidamazawa, take some pictures of the scenery. But unfortunately, the rain doesn't seem to want to stop. But she was still having fun and kept taking pictures inside the bus stop. So the first set of pictures she ever took were of odd things in that dark little building. Since then, every time we'd meet, we ended up walking around the village with our cameras in hands. Well, they're going on picture dates.
Aww,
Ain't that cute?
you're pretty adorable.
And then she kills him. And then she fucking murders him.
And then she murders him.
With love.
Well, technically, she didn't do it herself. She had
No,
someone else do that.
well... I guess someone else gave him the syringe, huh? Here we go. Government official. So the dam construction will bring in new jobs and revitalize the local industry. That's not what we're saying. Who the hell gave you permission to build a dam here? You squeeze tax money from us and this is what we get in return? Who do you think you pays your salaries, huh? Look, we're trying to explain to you. We don't want to hear your excuses. We want to know why you stopped the construction. When you'll stop there. You're useless. Bring the Minister of Construction here. He'll get to the bottom of it. Shut up, you yuppie. Hey! You're paid with our tax money, so why the hell are you talking down to us from up there? Come down here and let us speak face to face. The auditorium is filled with angry shouting. The sign at the entrance says, Hinamizawa Dam Construction is explanatory meeting. Every time the official on the stage tried to say anything, the citizens packed into the room and silenced him with their shouts. Trying to ignore them, the official continued to explain the pros of the dam. But that just further infuriated them. Between the stage and the citizens, there was an open area where a police squad is standing by. If they weren't there, the citizens would jump on the stage and start a riot. I'm watching all of this from the back of the auditorium. It's obvious to anyone that they're being swallowed by their anger. They become filled with bloody red rage. Anger that came from a certain purpose becomes a purpose in itself, and it creates a vicious cycle where anger leads to more anger. Anger is a necessary emotion for humans. People face many difficulties in their lives. Anger gives them motivation to fight and conquer such difficulties. Therefore, anger is an essential part of life itself. So I will never reject anger itself. However, anger like this, that goes far beyond normal, makes people forget their purpose. This is no longer an essential part of life. As the blood rushes to their head, a person can't even remember what they've done. They go out of control. Such emotions are very painful, sad, and difficult to endure. I can clearly see the villagers who live alongside us turning into demons. I understand the rules of the human world. The power of an individual can't be compared to the power of the government. To be able to fight, an individual needs to become a part of a larger, unified power. But to steer that unified power in the right direction is extremely difficult. The cycle of anger leads to more anger. Not anger that helps you live, but anger that exists only for anger. It's just like being a demon. And this emotion is capable of violently rousing us from long, peaceful slumber. Everyone is immersed in their own anger. We lived peacefully with the villagers while we slept quietly. Yet now we've awakened. And it's like the world is trying to return to that age where demons were said to rise from Onagafuji swamp. I keep shouting at everyone to get them to calm down. But my voice can't reach them because of the vicious cycle of anger. Even so, I'll continue shouting, hoping even one of them will hear my voice. Because if I don't do anything, the demons may awaken. The demons that went into deep sleep may reawaken because of this commotion. Then, all of a sudden, the atmosphere changed. Looking up, I saw the angry exchange between villagers and those on the podium had devolved into confrontation between the villagers themselves. What's going on? Shut up! Those are your reasons, not ours. Don't pull us into this, you old hag. Uh-oh.
A hell care. The hell you say, you bastard?
Hey! Do you know who you're talking to? This is Oreo-san. You've got some nerve, huh? Who the hell do you think you are? Shut up. Sonozaki, so what? I'm Hojo. Get your goons away from me. Hey, Hojo. How do you say that you want the village to be submerged? How much are they paying you? Shut up, you old geezer. Listen, there are plenty of poor people in Hinamizawa. Not everyone is rich and has fields all over the mountains like you do. I'm satisfied with the compensation from the government. They'd even offered to provide us with public housing. You're ruining everything, you assholes. Don't pretend you're the same as us. If you want to fight the government, why don't you fight by yourself? Then who's going to pay? You? I'm poor and have 2 kids at home. I was planning to start a new life by living here in peace after getting compensation from the government and finding a job elsewhere. But you, since when did you represent me, huh? Do you think you're that important or what? Hey, Hojo. How dare you betray us? Then get out of this village. Sure, I'll be happy to. But you're going to pay what I'm entitled to, right? You're going to pay me every yen of the compensation I was going to get from the government? Even if I wanted to leave the village, I don't have the money. If you're going to pay me, I'll leave straight away. Hojo is right. There are plenty of residents who are willing to leave. You 3 families shouldn't drag us into this.
What the hell is this? Who just spoke? Come on, who was it?
If you want to stay, then stay. We have the right to leave, so don't interfere. That's right. Back to hell off, you damn Sonozaki hag. Of course, we'll compensate the people who support the damn construction plan. We most certainly will not steal the land from you.
Shut up, government dog. Are you trying to divide the village? Die, Hojo. You don't deserve to breathe the village air. Hold your breath and suffocate to death.
Screw you, you old hag. I'll murder your ass. Step up front, you damn hag. Hey, stay out of this, you fat pig.
Very good. That was very good, Hojo. I haven't been this pissed off in so long. You'll get what you deserve. Look forward to it.
Get him, Hojo. The government has to provide us new jobs, shelter, and compensation. Hey, stop this violence. All of you, stop it.
Like hell, bring it on. Come on, and get some.
Everyone is being tainted with the bloody red anger, and I can only watch. The least I can do is to apologize for the tragedy that is about to happen. I'm sorry. This is how things started. From this day onward, the Hojo family and the Sonozaki family will wage a feud against each other, and the Hojo family will become ostracized within the village. This marks the beginning of Satoko and Satoshi's lives of tremendous hardship. Yep.
Sad.
Sad times, man. Okay. This fragment is acquired first. When I asked Rika-chan, she said Satoko might have possibly gone up to the mountain behind the shrine. She's fond of going there. That mountain is covered in with trees, vines, and fallen logs, and she really likes the area. Any child would dream of having a secret base. And to Satoko, her secret base is the whole mountain. However, the mountains were undeveloped territory, making them a dangerous place that was easy to get lost in. As her brother, I'm a little concerned that she spends too much time on it. But maybe I should worry more about myself getting lost since I rarely come here. The mountain gets dark quickly when evening falls. If I can't find her, I should look for somewhere else. Satoko! Satoko! I'm yelling as loud as I can, but in the woods, my voice doesn't carry that well. According to Rika-chan, she can be making her secret base in this area. She goes up there alone to expand it. What does she mean by expand it? If it's a secret base, she must not want anyone to find it. Does that mean she set up some traps? Considering that, I should have noticed the traps on the mountain before one got me. Wow! Suddenly, my foot sunk into the ground and got snagged on something like a jump rope tied beneath dried leaves. I heard some noise from up above, and a big ball made of branches fell right next to me. It had to be one of those playful traps Satoko loved. If it wasn't so quickly, I'm sure the ball would have hit my head.
Oh my! Look who's here! It's you, Mimi!
Satoko! No! This kind of horseplay is dangerous.
Almost kills her brother.
Did you not see the sign you put up by the Forestry Service? Clearly states it's dangerous to come into these woods. My wonderful traps will welcome anyone who ignores that warning.
As her brother, I should stop her from doing things like this. But when I see her brilliant smile, I can't see anything else. I haven't seen that smile in some time. By the way, Satoko, weren't you told to come home by evening, since we're going out for dinner tonight?
I don't want to go. Why don't our mother and father go by themselves? If you want to, you can go with them, Mimi.
Are you still angry at father?
He threw an ashtray at me.
No. That happened with our previous father. Our current one hasn't done that.
He locked me out on the veranda. He didn't feed me lunch. He complained I got him the wrong brand of cigarettes. Then he slapped my face saying I shouldn't be a picky eater. And then...
He isn't talking about our current stepfather. Things about all our different stepfathers have mixed themselves up in her head. Every time our mother remarried, we had to call a different man our father. The word father isn't a word that should be taken lightly. If you don't truly acknowledge a man as your father, how can you call him that? That's how much weight it carries. However, just to make things smooth and peaceful, I used the word father even if I didn't want to. But it was too difficult for Satoko, young as she was, to do the same. Ever since Satoko was very little, she's been having troubles with all her stepfathers. She's never opened up to her current one. To Satoko, a father figure is no longer someone she can trust. It's true that her current stepfather doesn't have any experience being a parent, so he sometimes gets rather upset with her. But ever since the incident where Satoko called the child abuse hotline, our stepfather regretted his mistakes and tried his best to communicate with her. Even my mother realized how much Satoko had suffered emotionally. When it's pointed out by the social worker, she's doing her part in trying to bring Satoko back into the family. But Satoko completely refuses to even try. It's understandable, though. Her childhood has been filled with misery. Satoko can only open up to me. That's why I have to be the one and only family member she can trust. Otherwise, she'll be all alone in this world. But a brother and a sister alone can't be considered a family. Even if we don't get along now, if we continue to communicate, even in a small way, we may be able to become a real family someday. Satoko, our current stepfather is getting nicer. He says he wants to make up with you.
That's news to me.
That's because every time he tries to say something, you run away. He wants to talk to you. He says he won't make you eat pumpkin anymore.
Aw. That's a lie. He said I can't leave until I ate my pumpkin, and he tied me to a chair.
Again, she isn't talking about her current stepfather. Satoko, just come home with me, okay? Mother got a free dinner coupon, and we don't want it to go to waste, do we? We already have the reservation, so we have to go today.
When you go, Nini? I prefer staying home alone.
Satoko usually doesn't stay out playing this late. She knows we're going out, and that's why she's out here alone. Although I want to snap at Satoko, I controlled myself. Because she only has me. I can't scare her. Please, let's go home, Satoko. You don't have to decide to go or not right now. You can think about it after we get there. Besides, without your help, I can't find my way down the mountain.
I've brought you here so many times already, and yet you still haven't learned. What am I going to do with you, Nini?
Satoko holds out her hand. She often says she's embarrassed to hold my hand in front of people, but she's holding out her hand right now. I took that hand. Satoko's fragile hand. I have to protect her as her big brother. Let's go home, Satoko.
Here.
Oh, heck. Fucking Satoshi being a good big brother.
Goodest big brother. Bestest big brother. Like, somehow, in, like, the deep recesses of my mind, I kind of wish Satoshi wasn't dead.
Yeah, me too. My name is Satoko Hojo. Oh, hey, kitten, you get home safe? But Hojo is my current father's family name. I was also Satoko Hatake, Satoko Yoshizawa, and Satoko Matsuda because of my previous fathers. I'm still not used to being called Hojo-san. If someone calls me Satoko, then I know that person is talking to me. Because Satoko is a name I've been using since I was born. I don't understand why my mother keeps getting married and divorced. If she's going to get a divorce, why does she get married? If she's married, why does she get a divorce? Because she wants fucking money, that's why. Shit. She wants a dude's money.
She just keeps marrying douchebags.
Yep. I've asked her before, but depending on the situation, her answers were different. When I asked her when she was married, she got angry. When I asked her after she got divorced, she cried. I don't understand the meaning of marriage, so I have no interest in drawing pictures of a bride in a wedding dress. I don't think I'll ever get married. I don't want to keep changing my child's last name. My teacher once asked if I liked my mother. I think it was when I was in the kindergarten in Okinomiya. That was a very difficult question. Because sometimes I loved her very much, and sometimes I hated her very much. I couldn't decide. No, I stop by my friend's place to do an engine oil change and I'll go home. Oh, okay.
Hey.
Nice. When my mother was nice, she smiled all the time. She made us happy. She thanked me for being her daughter. When my mother wasn't nice, she frowned all the time. She treated my brother and me very poorly. She told me I should have never been born. My teacher asked me if I liked my father. That was a very easy question, because I always hated him very much, no matter who he was. The new fathers always treated me nicely at first, as if I was their real daughter. They always told me I could think of them as my real father. But they couldn't be my real father. Besides, I didn't even know my real father's face. How could I call them my father? I couldn't. That was disgusting. Right before divorce, my fathers always became very irritated with me. They treated me like a cockroach. They told me they didn't have money to feed me, threw things at me, and then locked me out on the veranda. I was told I could forget about them because that was all in the past. I think that was a different teacher from a different school. Maybe that's true. Because ever since Hojo became my father, my mother has been smiling. I haven't seen them get into a fight as I have seen happen just before divorce. They have little arguments here and there, but those don't lead to divorce, and they always make up. But I'm sure they'll get a divorce sooner or later. Then it'll be the same old stuff with the family court, divorce settlements, a night fight, and child support. So who knows how long this Hojo will be my father. That's why I don't even feel like calling him that. He also treated me well at first. But when I didn't call him father even after he asked me repeatedly, he became irritated. They'll get a divorce soon. When my father gets into this mood, a divorce is on the way. After divorce, it's my mother's turn to be irritated with me. Then she'll tell me she shouldn't have had me or she can't be happy because of me. Why is my existence causing problems for my mother? I asked my brother and he told me. If you have children, it's not easy to find someone to get married with. To my mother, remarriage is a very important job, so I can understand having children around will cause problems. I think I finally understand the reason why I'm a nuisance to her. I asked my brother something else. Why are children hated by new fathers? Well, that's simple. That's because family members all have different roles. A mother's job is to love her children. A father's job is to love the mother. That means I'm a nuisance to both my mother and my father. My brother is more mature than me, so they don't look down on him as a nuisance. But maybe I am. No, I am definitely a nuisance. So now I know. Both my mother and father want me dead. But if they kill me, they'll be caught. But that doesn't mean they won't kill me. If they were to look down the cliff, and if no one was around, my mother and father would push me off for sure. My father's become abnormally nice to me recently. He started to act that way ever since I made a fake call. I know for sure that it's just part of the plot to kill me. So I won't let them trick me. I'm sorry. Lately when I listen very carefully, I hear a voice apologizing. The voice sounds similar to mine. Her mother must be telling her that she shouldn't have been born. I'm sorry. But I won't apologize like that. I'll live. I'm going to strike back. I'll kill before I get killed. I'm sorry. Oof, that was too real. Jesus.
Upsetting. This thing's so upsetting sometimes.
Yeah. I remember my mom trying to fucking quickly find somebody and just marry him. It's like they're terrified to be alone. And they feel like they're on the clock.
I mean, I kind of get it, like, as a single person, I guess I kind of get it in a way, like, being alone sucks, but at the same time, like,
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Jump
I
in
guess
a
it's
terrible relationship and fuck yourself up?
I guess it's a little different because, like, my mom, even though my parents are divorced, my mom never got with someone else.
Huh.
She's actually dating someone right now, and it's, like, really weird to, like, see her dating anyone. Like, my dad, like, we always joke that he's on his third divorce. He's, we always say that he's working on his third divorce.
Oh my god.
'Cause we're mean people. No, it's because my family has a dumb sense of humor. I apologize to everyone. But yeah, no, like it's like a little weird, like, and my dad, like, he didn't like introduce us to his current wife until like 2 weeks before they got married, because we were all so much younger than older than her kids, like I think I was like 16, and like her oldest child was like actually like 8 or 9. He was so young. It's so weird to know that he's like gone to high school and stuff. It's so weird. Like he's in college right now. It's just it boggles my mind. Did you find the next one?
I'm looking for it. We got all the first ones done.
Mm-hmm. Requires a tragedy of the dam conflict. And carriers required. Nope. No.
I don't have the instructions. Bat to beat to death is required. An execution order from the 30th Curse is required. Satoko Hojo must not be allowed to visit her sister's clinic.
Nope.
Repetitive apologies are required. I think we got this.
Yeah.
Okay. Early summer 1979 AD. Going back in time a little bit. Oh, I think this is the construction manager getting killed. Shit. Damn it. Shit. Manager? Manager, come on. Say something. Manager. You idiot. He's dead already. Clang. A loud noise snapped everyone out of it. Someone dropped the shovel he was holding. The shovel was smeared with reddish-black blood. No, not just the shovel. All 6 construction workers' clothes were blood-soaked too. One of them cried out to the silent dead body of the manager, which was drenched in blood. Manager! Manager! Ooh!
Yes, Sonny.
He's fucking dead! Why are you talking to him? Gonna head to sleep, but have a good one in the rest of your stream. This was a nice listen to. You got this. Thank you, Weedy.
Thank you.
Have a good sleep, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. I'm showing them Penguin stream while I'm working on their car. Oh, nice. Nice. We're like a radio talk show sometimes. Shut up. He's already dead. It was self-defense, right? Self-defense. The fight had started after the manager yelled at them for drinking beer inside the office. There were no drinking and no smoking signs everywhere. The manager harshly scolded anyone who broke that rule. So it was the 6 workers' fault for disobeying. But they drank because they were stressed out by the anti-dam protesters. That's why they said things to provoke the manager. They told him to step out, and the others went along. The construction workers toiled hard and long hours. That's why they instigated the fight with the manager to release their stress. They had expected to just curse at each other, or to end up in a wrestling match. But things escalated. Or to put it more accurately, the manager exploded all of a sudden. Yeah. Yeah, it gets kind of violent radio talk show. The manager had to deal with the residents' protests as well. So he was just under just as much pressure, or maybe even more. But how he changed was not normal. The manager was calm at first, but he gradually became more aggressive, and it was like he transformed into someone completely different. No, it was like he was possessed by something evil. The men who instigated the fight sobered up when they saw his behavior. Then, the manager picked up a shovel that was nearby and tried to smash his opponent's head in with it. He managed to avoid the hit, but if he didn't, his head would have surely been split open. The manager kept pounding on him with the shovel, even as he frantically tried to avoid the hits. By this time, the workers had realized that this was beyond a simple fight. So they tried to hold the manager down, but the manager turned on them with the shovel too. One of the men tried to protect himself by crossing his arms above his head, but there was no way that could have blocked a shovel swung with such force. Blood splurted out and the man groaned in pain. By this time, the 6 men had realized the manager was not his usual self. This manager would try to bash in their brains without hesitation. Since their opponent was using a shovel as his weapon, they had to find some kind of weapon too. One of them grabbed a huge hammer. Then the others realized they needed to find something as well. To restrain the manager in that condition, it was better to arm themselves. It wasn't supposed to be this way. Wah! It didn't take that long for the madness to infect the 6 workers. It was only a matter of time before they went from restraining him to lynching him. By the time they realized what had happened, the manager was already a lump of meat. His face was swollen, shreds of skin had been torn off, and his muscles and skull were visible too. Well, they fucked him up. Obviously, he was quite dead. Fuck! He almost killed us, remember? If he hadn't attacked us, we wouldn't have fought him. Right? The leader of the Six, the one who instigated the fight, tried to bring the rest to his side, but nobody replied. And so, the leader became frustrated. He was the one who started the fight. The rest simply joined in. He was the main perpetrator. Maybe that was why he was feeling so exasperated. He sensed that he was the one at fault. Don't just stand there like a limp noodle. It's too late. We killed him, and there's nothing we can do about it. We're all murderers now. Buck up. You weren't thinking about turning yourself in and doing time, are you? Fuck you. I can't go to the slammer at my age. We're hiding it. We're hiding this corpse and pretending nothing happened. They gotta eat the body, don't they? They gotta eat it. They gotta eat it.
What's with you and eating bodies?
You gotta hide the body, eat the body. If they ate it, it would be pretty, hard to find it.
This is why you don't trust penguins with your corpses.
They eat the corpses. Comfy stream.
Penguins are not fun creatures.
We just consume corpses to hide evidence. That's what we do. And we breathe fire when we're upset.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with penguins, man.
It makes so much sense.
Some of them knew he was on probation for an assault incident once before. So if he got into trouble with the law again, the punishment would be more severe than they could imagine. For fucking murder? Yeah, it's gonna be pretty fucking intense. That's second degree.
Wait, you killed someone.
That's second degree murder, isn't it? Crime of passion? Heat of the moment kind of thing? Or third degree?
Different in Japan, so...
Do they have degrees of murder, or is it all the same?
I don't know. I mean, I assume that they would have different types of murders, but I don't think if they have, like, the same kind of murder degree. I don't know.
Well, third degree is manslaughter, right? You kill someone by accident.
So, the different degrees, I think they have to deal with, like, intent. Like, whether or not you
first degree is a crime that was premeditated. Like, it didn't happen in the heat of the moment. Yeah. You had time to think about it. You still did it. I think second degree is a crime of passion. Like, you walk in on your wife cheating on you and you kill her and whoever's cheating on you with. Like, in the heat of the moment, you flip the fuck out. But if it was like he found them cheating and then he, like, planned over a week to kill them and did it, then yeah, that's first degree. I think.
So first degree murder is the most serious and punishable, involving premeditated murders and intentional murders. Second degree is the next step down, but involves intent to harm or to kill.
Uh-huh.
So that would be like you intended to do it. You didn't premeditate it, but you intended to do it. You intended.
So it's like the heat of the moment.
Third degree would be the lowest level of criminal homicide, but can result in serious sentences.
Or is manslaughter a different thing entirely? Manslaughter is accidental.
Yeah, so there's malicious, malice, aforethought, deliberate. It's got a lot. It's like intent, that type of stuff. Second degree murder, felony murder, third degree murder. What's the difference between third degree murder and manslaughter? Third degree murder and manslaughter are very similar, but states in which third degree murder charge can apply differently depending on... Yeah, so it kind of just depends on the state.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, yeah, you're right.
That was why he was trying desperately to find a way out. I think this is second degree. Because heat of passion. they wanted to kill him. It seemed like they wanted to.
Well, if they were trying, if they were,
I mean,
they
they
weren't
could.
initially like trying to kill him or anything like that. He attacked them.
Yeah, and then it turned into murder in the heat of the
So
moment.
it
So would it be third degree then?
So it would be manslaughter.
Would it?
Most likely it would be manslaughter because it started with assault.
Yeah.
So probably would be either third degree or.
They like expect you to stop before you kill somebody if you're defending yourself.
So it kind of depends because if it did start with assault, it means that you did have intent to harm, which would be second degree murder.
It's interesting thinking about this. Okay, that was why he was trying desperately to find a way out. If he was alone with the manager's body, then he wouldn't have behaved this way. All he would have to do was to hide the manager's body and pretend nothing happened. Eat it, dude. Just eat it.
Yum, 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 yum.
But there were 6 of them, including him. They were partners in crime and witnesses, too. Even if one of them turned himself in out of guilt, he'd be in big trouble. But even if we hide the body, they'll find out sooner or later. Instead, we should eat it. We should just plead justifiable self-defense, and they might end up pardoning us. What? Eat it!
Stop!
Why don't they consider eating it?
Stop! Get some help.
There's 6 of them. They could eat them.
No, they can't. Prions, for one.
Well, don't eat the brain. I don't know. Give it to a dog or some shit. I don't know. Put it in cat food. Make cat food out of it. Make cat food out of it.
I mean, your cat is... I will find that video and send it to you later. It's like, cat versus dog.
Well, think about it. There's 6 of them. So, 4 of them take the limbs. And, like, maybe a piece of the torso, right? They split up the torso, and then each gets a limb. I don't know. Maybe the head they don't... I don't... Okay, so just the brain wouldn't be the best part to eat, right?
Yeah.
Because of prions, you said.
Yeah, prions.
So they can eat everything else.
That's why eating monkey brains is so dangerous. Is because you can eat prions. And they basically will just... They're basically like... So, part of the reason why cannibalism is so frowned upon and considered taboo is until, like, now, basically, we didn't know that there were things called prions in the brain. Basically, it's like if you eat another human, and this happens in almost like a ton of different animals, if they eat a prion, it's basically like your brain's self-destruct sequence for another of your species if they eat you.
So it's like, instinctively, you're not supposed to eat each other.
Yeah. If you eat a prion, basically you're like, your brain just, you go insane and shit like that. Like.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What if you don't eat the brain though? There's only prions in the brain, right?
I think so.
Is there prions in other body parts?
It might be along like the spinal cord and near the spinal fluid too, but...
Don't eat that part then.
Yeah.
I don't know, burn the rest of it. I don't know. They could burn it, I think. But yeah, just eat the body. I don't know about the bones. They could crush the bones into dust.
Hey, you know what's really funny? They actually find that people who are cannibalistic and that type of stuff, it actually wears down their teeth faster to non-human bones.
Really? Well, just crush them with fucking rocks or something. Make them into dust. I don't know.
I mean...
Oh, wait, we probably shouldn't be talking about this on stream, actually.
Exist, you know?
Never mind. We shouldn't be talking about this. Anyway, we're just hypothetical, like...
To me, it's anthropology, so...
Yeah.
Like, okay. It's just... It's science, it's things we know about.
Don't eat brains, basically.
We are not zombies, guys.
Don't eat brains. Instead, we should plead justifiable self-defense, and they might end up pardoning us. Don't be so stupid. Look what we've done. Look at his face. Who would think this is a result of self-defense? His parents wouldn't even be able to identify him in this condition, you idiot. But even if we hide it, everyone's gonna find out tomorrow morning when the manager doesn't show. It's hopeless. What's hopeless is your damn brain, you shithead. He slapped the other man in the face. Why does this feel like the Three Stooges or some shit?
Oh my god.
Like, shut up, you
You're
idiot.
right.
And like, whoop, 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 whoop,
Right.
whoop, 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 and they slap each other. The leader has such an evil look in his eyes. Listen well, dipshits. We're all moiters, okay? Keep griping now, and we'll all get slammed with 5 or 6 years. Just one of you try and blab. We'll all be locked up. Don't underestimate the pen. If you're prepared to be caught anyway, then run like your life depends on it. You can resign yourself to later when it's time to pay the piper. His visage turned more and more demonic. It was the same expression the manager had just a few minutes before. Was he possessed by the same thing that possessed the manager? The 5 men started to think that way. Now that they considered it, all the villagers in the anti-dam protests had the same expression on their faces too. The real name of Hinamizawa was Onagafuchi Village. People said that the wicked demons lived there, and sometimes they possessed people. The men couldn't help but to recall the exaggerated story often told by the demonstrators. The manager swung his shovel after his expression changed to that demonic one. There was no guarantee this man wouldn't do the same. In fact, he was still squeezing the hammer in his right hand, glaring at everyone and threatening them. If someone suggested surrendering, he'd probably smash their head in with it. I know. To make sure nobody betrays the rest, I have an idea. It'll make it easier to hide the body, too. What is it?
They're gonna eat it.
We're gonna cut up the body into 6 pieces. What? They all wanted to object to the idea. Killing him was a serious crime itself. Dismembering the body would be too much. But if anyone objected, he'd be killed on the spot. So no one said anything. We'll all cut him up together. Remember what the manager used to say? Teamwork. We're all in this together. I don't think that's what he meant. We'll each take a body part and hide it responsibly. What?
You know what's funny? By them dismembering the body, it actually does add on more charges.
Mutilation, right?
Desecration of the corpse.
Oh.
Mutilation of the body.
Yeah.
And like I believe it would be desecration of the corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of pretty heinous crime there.
And depending on how much they want to throw at you, there's also tampering with evidence.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What do you think, huh? This way we're all equally guilty, right? I won't let anyone give themselves up. Oh. The 5 men were all taken in by his ghastly face. And they could even feel the fear of the Onagafuchi demons creep up their backs. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh dear, that was a pleasant one.
That was really good.
It's pretty fucked up. Pretty hecked up there, buddy. Okay, I gotta take a shit. I'll be right back, okay?
Oh, you're so lame.
What? What? Are you gonna do a space tune on me?
It's just so lame all
I
the time.
I have to take a shit.
Okay.
Can you tell Space Tune I'm taking a shit?
Space Tune is Space Tune
she's probably-
streaming?
She streams like the same time I do now.
Let me look.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a shit.
Space Tune. Okay. Right.
Entertain the chat. Please, okay, thank you. BRB,
Okay.
folks. Taking a shit.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna tell Space Tune. Alright. I texted in Space June. How is everyone? I said that. Even though I hello Space June.
Hi. Is Pengu shitting?
Yeah, he is gone.
Wait, stream? You can ban him. I don't think you physically can, but you're allowed to. Just
I know I can't. Oh, so
emo.
sad.
Also, I don't even think you can either.
I'm a mod. I can't. I've tried so many times.
Listen, all you need to know is we need to protest against Pengu shitting on stream. He hasn't even streamed for 2 hours and he's shitting. What is wrong with him?
I don't know.
Is he constant? Like, I feel like he has like pure diarrhea.
Is he
like okay?
I feel
I don't
like
think he is okay.
I feel like it's that he's just really regular. He always
Then-
does this, right? It's I'm
Dude,
not
all
even
he has
kidding.
to do is
It's
stream at another
legitimately,
fucking
like-
time.
It's legitimately like the 2-hour mark almost, and it's always right around this time.
He needs to get better ass.
He needs to get a better ass.
Okay, so
Right.
this is I think this emote is for I don't know how to explain it.
Huh? You?
I don't even think I'm doing it properly. I have to calm down a bit because I was
Space Dude!
I'm not sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. Very funny.
So when he gets back, he'll know.
Kitten. He will know.
My fingers are
I-
getting tired. Oh, I could do it this way.
How is your stream going? How is your game going?
It's
Like-
great. I don't know how to ask for ammo.
You don't know how to get ammo?
I think my spacebar stopped working.
Oh no.
Oh no,
You
it's
get-
connecting. Never
Oh
mind.
no.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
did you see that that we're all every single affiliate is gonna get the movable emotes soon?
The follows?
The
Emo?
animated emotes. Every
yeah.
every affiliate's gonna get one.
Okay, concrete.
Yeah. And then like cuz they did all the follower emotes. And
Did it
that's
to everyone finally?
I think everybody finally got them.
Yeah.
I know
Oh.
I had mine like as soon as they had done it, and I'm like I think it's because they like did it from like which account started first, and then just went down the list.
Bruh. So I'm just showing my stream what I'm currently spamming. I'm not gonna stop.
I'm actually watching you stream.
Now we're watching Pengu stream as we spam this. It's not gonna stop.
Oh my
I'm really
God.
hoping he gets back because
One day
I have quick fingers. Oh, well, I've been asked to stretch. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to quick
I
fingers.
mean, you gotta stretch. You do. You going real fast. Did you just copy paste it?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there's a connectivity issue again. Yes, chat connected.
I had that all day today. My internet went fully out on one of my internets, and
Oh no.
it's very sad indeed.
Wait, Pengu started streaming like at the same time as me.
That's funny because we had technical issues
For freaking how long?
for
How long
like.
am I gonna do this
freaking
for?
10
How long is he
minutes.
shitting?
It was saying that Higurashi, the word Higurashi, is against Twitch's terms of service.
What the fuck?
Right? We're just sitting there like I was trying to do it. He was trying to do it.
Okay, I need to wait for Pengu to arrive for me to spam this. So, I'll hear his voice when he starts complaining and going like, I took a shit, is Jun here? Oh, Jun-chan. I do a great impression of him, don't I? Oh wait, I should...
You really do.
Junie, what are you doing here? I took a poop. I don't understand. Oh, somebody is calling other people illiterate. I don't like this. For some reason. Oh, there's a train. That sounded weird. But there's a train. That's all you really need to know. I may get assaulted, but I am an assault class, so I can assault other people.
Good. We're just reading about assault right now.
Oh, I definitely cannot throw that far. Holy shit. Well, that was a bust.
Nice.
I like how he doesn't even do like a be right back either. He doesn't have any scenes like that. He's like, no, it's ready for shitting time. It's ready right fucking now. I must shit my life.
I've kind of thought about it, but I think it would be really funny for him just to have a screen that's just like the penguin on a toilet with a newspaper. It's like be right back.
I agree. I think that would be a great idea. I think
it happens enough.
Like he does it too I don't even piss on stream as frequently as this man shits on stream. Like his body's like, it's time. Just hold it in. Fuck.
Oh my gosh.
You know, sometimes I can kind of understand if like Pengu, he's back.
Wow, you did a really good impression, June.
Oh, I got timed out. Did you time me out?
Did you time me out? Only I can time people out, penguin.
She heckin' flooded the shit out of my chat.
Yeah, because you went to take a shit.
I was taking a dump.
And you know what? It was a dump that was more than 5 minutes, so you lie.
It was not 5.
She was
What?
waiting until you got back, and I just let it happen because it was funny.
What? I can't. All the fucking messages are gone now. I can't see shit in chat anymore.
It was so funny.
That's your fault.
A man needs to poop, okay? I gotta.
Yeah, but you need to do it on stream. How long do you stream every day? How long do you stream?
3 to 4 or 5 hours or so.
I love that it's actually not all of the messages.
That means that at least, okay, out of your entire day, you have exactly like 1/6 out of all your day to not shit. And you choose out of all the fucking time, out of the 1/6 of the time, well, technically, you can't shit for 2/6 of that. You still decide to fucking take a shit.
Yeah.
I can't understand.
What? What?
I think you need to do pelvic muscles workout.
You know, like a thing a woman does?
You have pelvic muscle too. If you don't work it out, you'll shit yourself when you're older. Pelvic muscle is the whole pelvis, the uterus, the anus, even part of the intestine.
I don't have a uterus, okay?
But you have an anus.
Yeah.
And intestine, and that's still pelvic muscles.
And I have shit that comes out of it.
Yeah, and you know what? If you don't work it out because you're shitting so fucking much, you have the most dilated probably anus in the existence of existence. Because of that, you probably need to at one point. You'll probably shit yourself at 50 because that's how much you shit. You'll like your muscle there is gonna be so dilated that it can't hold in your shit anymore for you, and you won't be able to work it out anymore because you're too old to work it out. And then you'll shit yourself all the time.
I like how
you'll be like, oh,
I like how
I'll be right back, guys.
Wait.
I like. I what? I did not get timed out. That is June. What? Yes, that is June in the background. I like how you're so knowledgeable about the anus, June. Like you've read so much about anuses.
Listen, I've read a lot about vaginas, and the anus muscle is literally the exact same.
But dudes don't have vaginas, though.
But you have an anus, and if it's the same... This is like this man going, oh, but guys don't have tits. There's still the pectoral right under the fucking titties.
Oh, fat guys have tits. Same thing, right?
I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die.
Well, murder. You're, like, dead. You, come here. Come here. Why can't I do it?
Yes,
Yeah,
Pengu has
bubos.
tits. Yeah,
Yeah, Pengu has tits confirmed.
yeah. I got
And I want him to officially vow to never shit on stream ever again.
no.
But he won't because he's pansy.
Okay, offer me a reward for not shitting on stream for like
Feet pics.
a week.
No, I'll do a tummy pic, even better.
Tummy pics? Tummy video. Tummy video and I'm go for it.
Okay, but I have to do it only once.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Oh no,
so
like I do it. I like don't shit on stream for like maybe a week.
No, not just a
Say 2
week.
weeks.
What? How long?
At least 2 weeks.
2
At least
weeks?
2 weeks.
That
2
better be a damn good video. For-
Well, it's still a video that it's any video that I do is a good video, okay? First and foremost.
Well, yeah, it better be like exceptional for like 2 weeks. That's
Well,
a lot of
it's probably
shit.
one of the ones that you're gonna fucking no. You just can't shit on stream. It doesn't mean you're allowed to shit,
I know.
just not on stream.
Well, yeah, I know.
It's not gonna
Who
be
the fuck?
difficult.
Who goes 2 weeks without shitting? Who?
You're not shit for 2 weeks. You're just not gonna shit on stream. So
Of
for
course.
like
That's
4
a.
hours of your day.
I
you're not gonna
know.
shit.
I fucking know. That was a
No,
given.
you don't. Obviously, because
It
you're
was a
saying you're the same
given.
damn thing.
No.
Yes,
were
you
s-
are.
No, you're like, I'm not talking about all day, and I'm like, I didn't say all day.
But you say
I
it's
didn't
very
time
difficult
you
to
out,
not
Kitten.
shit at all.
For
Kitten,
2
I had
weeks.
timed you
For
out.
that time. What?
Hello, Neil.
Oh, you timed out Kitten Shop.
Oh, I did? Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
God
Oh
damn
shit.
City. He
Whoops.
shits on stream. He shits
Wait.
on stream. He times out random people.
You took away his mod powers.
Oh!
Wow.
I timed
I
out.
can't believe you've done this.
Wait, was he spamming emotes too, or is it just Space Tune?
No, he just put down like 3 emotes.
What the fuck? I guess I hit him by accident. Oh no, Kitten's not a mod anymore. F in the chat for Kitten, please.
You fucked up. Yeah, you're abusing your mod powers.
Oh my
Nobody
God.
likes an abuser.
Oh my
Frickin'
God.
frickin' heck.
All right.
I'll go. Actually, I think. Can I put him as a mod?
Okay, guys,
I
I'll
don't
let
think
you
you
go. I'll let you go. We'll negotiate it more with Pengu, and when the negotiations are done,
hold
I'll
up.
tell everybody about
Hold
it.
up. Hold up.
What?
Everybody in chat, on Friday, me and Space Tune are doing an anime tier list.
Yes.
Typical
I've-
time, 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m.
Pengu
EST.
has like lifted the amount of anime we're gonna tier from 50 to 70.
I put all the best ones I know of on there.
I'm not saying otherwise. I'm saying that's still from
Have you-
40 to 70.
Have you not seen majority of the series that I listed?
I've seen literally every single one of them except for like 2.
Oh, it's not too bad then.
But it doesn't mean that you didn't increase from 40 to 70. So
Well,
now
as
we
long
have
as-
70 animes.
As long as we've seen them.
And
you know.
Prince still hasn't added any of them yet. So
Well,
if he adds
I
and
probably
it's
added a
20
bunch of
again,
shit.
We're gonna get 90.
I added a bunch of shit that he would probably list anyway, so.
Did
Nope.
you add the entire Fate series?
He'll
No.
he will probably add those.
No, he won't.
Did you
I
add
bet you he will.
0048?
He is a Fate or Type Moon bitch. He's a Type Moon
Oh,
dick
Is
sucker.
it sad that I know like anime he likes? That's really sad.
He likes Type Moon out.
everybody,
He
everybody
sucks
in
Type
chat
Moon's
is
cock.
saying poop negotiator, and then one of them is shitty conversation.
I get
Well-
to step on Katten. Oh, finally, we do. We get to step on Katten.
Oh shit, we can.
Okay,
fuck.
I'm gonna let you guys
We
go.
can now step on the
And
Katten.
June, just prepare for lots of Type Moon shit from Prince. Oh, she already left.
You know what? I don't even
We
know
Oh,
what
wait.
to expect at this point. But
Type
I'll let you
Moon.
guys go, okay, later.
all the Fate series he's gonna put on there. Watch.
I'm not gonna let him.
Well, he's gonna try.
Only the ones I've watched, which is actually a decent quantity. It's 3 out of like the 8.
You and him can bond over that shit then. Ah,
Only
shit.
some of them are good.
You
Okay,
bond
okay,
over
I'm
shit.
going. Have fun. Have fun.
Okay, bye. Don't y'all love Space June, everybody? She
Playing Battlefield.
we
too.
have really good banter, me and Space June. So
Yes, I love Space Junie.
mhm. Like our Minecraft fucking streams, I make her so bad. It's funny. It's like she like has aneurysms on stream.
Ken is kind of. Ken, do you want to be a mod again?
Let me get some water.
I'm a woman, so I have tits, but I don't have big tits like Pengu. Ooh, I feel it.
Ooh, really? I don't know. They're pretty big, huh? Do y'all have
They are
breasts?
pretty big.
the
You
fact-
have back. You're gonna get back pain.
Yeah, but she's a penguin, so like, she has a really nice back.
Yeah, and she doesn't have knees.
You gave her knees, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
But
She has penguin
is a penguin.
finesse.
She is a penguin, but you remember the penguin knees I sent you?
Oh, good lord. Oh my god, that's awful. Oh god. No, she doesn't have that. No. She's like humanoid penguin anatomy mixed, but take all the bad shit out, basically.
This time Shion can be mod and give Cat and VIP.
No, I think you have to be. I think only the streamer can. Can mods give VIP? Oh, editors might. Editors can, I think. Yeah, you're an editor. You could probably do it.
I don't think I can.
I think you can give roles as an editor. You know, I signed up to be a mod, and I hear about shitting, then our conversation
know
turning
where to
into
do that.
tits. It goes
I
from
don't know where to do that at.
it goes from shit to tits. Yeah, that's how things go around here. Sorry, guys.
Let me go look. Stream
I'm a
manager.
woman, so I have tits, but I don't have big tits like Pengu. I'm a woman, and I don't have tits, so I want tit for me, not for another. What? What? Ashley, what are you talking about? Oh, Ashley. Good to see you in chat, though, by the way. It's been a while.
I can ban kitten or time kitten out. That's all I can do.
Oh, you can't give him the rollback? Okay.
No, I can't give rules.
Wait, I timed out Space June. Did it take her VIP away? Oops. I probably have to.
no.
I probably have to give that back to her. Whoops.
Bad child.
Oops. I don't. How does timing out do that? That's weird.
Yeah. Oh, I will ban kitten. Don't ban kitten.
Don't ban Kitten Cold Club. Oh my goodness. Everybody.
I mean,
Oh my god.
let me, cause I don't think you can do it right now. Let me put a note on your thing to reinstate kitten.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
give Space June.
I mean, I could do it now. Let me see. It just
I
might
don't
take a
want to
minute.
ban you.
Why is everybody? Everybody's like, Kitten's vulnerable. Attack him! Attack him!
I
the
just
heck?
want to give
Y'all are
Kitten all the
fucking-
love and
y'all are
step on Kitten.
Y'all are fucking vultures.
I just want to step on Kitten.
I wanna
So
I wanna-
lightly step on Kitten.
Can I poop on you, Kitten?
Step on Kitten.
Can I use you as a toilet, Kitten?
No. No.
Well, that's up to him. I'm asking him.
He's been timed out for 69 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
So like a minute and 9 seconds.
No, Space Tune's still VIP.
Uh,
Okay. Add new. Kitten shop.
Kitten can't be timed out now.
Okay, he's back.
Ah. Yes.
Oh. Okay. Alright.
Our fun.
Try to break me. Can I shit on you, Kitten?
No, I just wanna lightly step on Kitten.
Did he say if
and
I could shit on him or
bring
not?
Kitten's ear how much I love Kitten.
Did he say I could
Step
shit on him or not,
the
or
whole
no?
time.
Timeout
What?
keeps VIP, only removes mod. Okay, you're right, Elise. I will vor you. Oh, wow.
No.
Cold Club getting vored? That sounds appropriate, actually. That sounds very appropriate, believe it or not. Anyway, welcome, everybody. Sorry for the shitting contest, but that had to be done. We are doing Chapter 8, which is interesting. It's like, we have a bunch of tips, right? And we have to connect them. Once we have, like, the appropriate tips, we can connect them. So we've done the first round, and now we're connecting shit with the tips we started out with. So we did this one, a murder with a dismembered body. Everybody remember that? The dead fucking manager of the damn construction site?
Yeah.
So now we have that, so now we're gonna look for another tip that we have evidence for. Help from the queen
I think
character
it's
is
on the
acquired
first
now.
page.
It might
I
be,
think
huh?
it's on the first page.
Satoko Hojo's detailed test required. No. The discontinuation of Satoko Hojo's dissection plan is required? No. The year's curse of Orishiro-sama is required? No. An L5 stage patient dissection is required? No. Wait. No, that's not it. A live specimen for research is required. A tragedy of the damn construction site is required. I think this is it. Let's see.
So I don't think
Yep.
we've done the live. Oh, we have done live specimen.
If it lets us read it, I believe we did it right. So
Yeah, because the live specimen was the one where she was like talking to, where Takano was talking about having a live body.
yeah. What's gonna happen next, Pangu? We gonna post not space for work in a group chat? I won't be surprised at. All right. We can't because you're a kid. You're wee lad, Cold Club.
Yeah, Cold Club, we can't. You're child.
I actually think everybody else is 18 plus besides Cold Club. It's all your fucking fault. We could post porn if it weren't for you.
Cold Club is baby. It's baby.
Someone has their safety set to yellow or green, so it'll get blocked. Oh, yeah. Alright, so we are connecting the dots here. I was half asleep, so I didn't even hear the phone ringing nearby. After a while, I finally realized the phone was ringing. And a ringing phone means there's some kind of emergency. Usually if you get called in the middle of the fucking night, it's bad news, huh?
Because my safety is set to block.
Cold Club is below 18, I believe. So he baby.
Aw, you could do little baby.
It's 2 in the morning. Who would even call me at this time of night? Call at 2 in the morning is pretty much always bad, isn't it?
If you get a call at 2 a.m.,
It's usually bad.
It is. I'm rushing out of the house. I don't care if I'm wearing pants.
Hello, this is Ide.
I'm sorry to bother you, Dr. Hirie.
It's Takano-san. She's never called me for a personal reason. At the Institute, she's ranked just below me, so she's basically responsible for running it. So for her to call me this late at night, it must be an emergency.
Ren says, popping in from playing Unite with my friends to see how far you guys were.
Oh, hey, Ren. I'm enjoying the tip thing, actually. Even though there's like shitloads of them, I like the idea of connecting tips. Just the tip,
It's
but
fun.
you know.
Just a tip.
You said we have to go through all of them, right? We have to go through all of them, and then after we do that, we have to go back and connect them in a certain way, you said? A certain pattern?
I think
But
it'll
it's-
be in chronological order.
Probably, yeah. Although these seem to be around the same time period, though. The ones we've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've done all the first beginner tips, and now we're doing the ones that require evidence from the other tips. So we're like in the second stage, I guess. I got timed out for Penguin for no reason, then bullying by everyone. Kitten got timed out by accident.
Yeah,
We're-
I mean, Ken, you got timed out because we were able to time you out, and you didn't have to go to Shion's Twitch,
Yeah.
so we could time you out. No condos.
Let's see. Sorry it took me so long. Is it true that we have another terminal patient?
Yes. I was hoping to find a living specimen, so this is perfect.
Oh my gosh, I almost yawned halfway through that.
Don't you yawn. Don't you fucking yawn.
I'm trying not to. I've been awake since 5 a.m., okay?
Whose fault is that?
My cats.
Hey, what's up, Jelly? How you doing? Shit, everybody's showing up at 8.
Hello, Jelly.
I should start the streams at 8, huh?
Maybe.
If all you guys show up around this time, maybe that's when I should start streams. Because, like, viewership is extremely low when I start. But that's usually, like, when I get home and get settled. But if I start this late, then I can't go on super long, so...
I understand
The
that.
conundrum of being a PST streamer. I start out earlier than everybody, pretty much. Everybody on the west side, the west
Ooh,
coast.
that sounds so good, Jelly.
I just ate pho.
What's
I've
up,
never
pho?
had pho. I don't think.
You've never had pho?
I don't think I have.
It's really good. I've actually made it before.
IDK what you said because can't pause unite, but like after you finish the arc, go back to the tips and do them in the perfect order to unlock a secret tip. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh wow. We could just like speed through the tips at that point. Because we already know what the fuck everything says. I never had pho either. Is it pho? Is that how you say it? Pho.
It's pho.
Okay, whatever. Jesus, Shelly.
So pho is Vietnamese.
Yes.
Pho is Vietnamese,
Yes.
but the dish is actually based off the French dish pot au feu.
Ah.
So it has a very similar.
Can you make a poll for me, Index?
Yeah.
Should we start at 8 p.m. or like have like 7, 8, and 9 p.m.?
7, 8, and 9 p.m.
Yeah, have them vote for that.
I think I can do it on the creator dashboard.
If that's when everybody's available, then I don't know.
Manage poll.
Help me out,
Well,
fellas. Help me out, fellas. I do this for you. I do it for you.
You can still read. I'll get this done.
Okay. I initially thought that she'd abducted someone. The man had already been moved to the research area in the clinic's basement. Having been tied down to the examination table, he's struggling against his restraints, but more as though he's deranged than actually resisting. I can't even understand what he's saying. He sounds angry, sorrowful, and like a child throwing a tantrum all at once. It's obvious he's not in the right state of mind. You can fast forward through tips. I can find the order after you get through these. Okay. If it's hard to discern, then yeah. Anyway, let's put him under anesthesia. He might kill himself otherwise.
I want to observe him a little longer, but I guess I have no choice.
One of the staff with the white gown got the anesthesia ready. Even a normal person would struggle to escape a restraining table in this vicious room. But this man's behavior is at an abnormal level. I'm sure Okanogi and his friends from the Mountain Dogs are the ones who captured him. Capturing a man in this state of mind couldn't have been an easy task. According to Takano, she ran into a patient on her way home from the clinic by accident. She brought him back here, tested him, and the result came back positive. Of course, I have no intention of just believing what she's telling me. But there's no question that this man is at a terminal stage, and a live specimen is exactly what we need to research the syndrome. Who is this man, anyway?
He had something He had something wrapped in the newspaper. What do you think was in it? It's a wonderful poll. I think I did a very good job on the poll.
Let me see. Where's the poll at? Wait, where's the poll? Where'd it go? I can't see it?
Penguin's blind.
No, like
Don't know what's going
I'm looking at Streamlabs. I don't see the poll. Where
I don't know.
the fuck did you put it? Activity feed.
I see it.
What
I'm
the
in Twitch. I can see it.
Oh, it's on Twitch?
Yeah. Tacos.
What the fuck? Oh, wait, did you just launch it?
Yeah.
Maybe
It says, what time should we start? One says same time. The other one says 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the other one says tacos!
That's not the poll I wanted you to make.
But it says no change if you pick that one.
Wait, what time did you put? 8
I
p.m.?
put same time, I put 8 p.m. and I put tacos, which would be
You
no
put
change
8,
as well.
8 p.m. EST, you said?
Yeah, Eastern
EST.
Standard Time.
That's 5 p.m. That's an
Damn
hour
it.
earlier than when I start.
I don't know.
Index, what?
I don't know time zones.
Okay.
That's unfair. I don't know time zones. Okay, I'll go fix it.
How do you not know time zones?
Cause I'm dumb.
Have you not done fucking...
Thank you for the
I'm
host.
stupid,
We
it's
got you
not
front row
fair.
seats.
Thank you for the host, Fumble. When should I start stream
I'm creating
on
people.
weekdays? Okay. 6 p.m. PST. 7 p.m. PST. 8 p.m. PST. Or 9 p.m. Well, I think 8's the latest I'd want to start. So then I'll put... What is it? That is 11 p.m. EST. Actually, let me see. / CST is 1 hour later, so it'll be 9 p.m. CST. Actually, shit, I can't. Okay. Alright, people are gonna have to figure it out. 10 p.m. EST. I'm just gonna put PST and EST and everything else is in between.
Oh man.
It's not math, it's geography. Well, I guess a little math. We're gonna do 3 minutes. Okay. Please help me out. If y'all aren't available till later, I guess I could start it later. Get dunked on. I don't know time zones, that's unfair. You gotta learn if you're gonna do collabs with other streamers. I learned the hard way. Fumble's from fucking Australia. Converting that shit is a pain.
I
'Cause
mean,
he's
I
like a
mean,
day
you
ahead
have
of
to-
me.
You have to do everything upside down. It's
He's like
pretty difficult.
He's like a day ahead of me, but like way earlier in the day. So like, yeah, nighttime for me is like morning for him.
You know what's funny? Everything that's behind me, like Pacific Standard Time going backwards, I actually can't keep track of. But if it's like England time or like Germany's, I actually know that.
I don't care, therefore I don't vote. Well, Jelly, it's like, when are you available? It's a question. So it is valuable to me to know when people are available. That's basically what this poll is for. If people aren't available at 6 p.m. PST when I start, then it's just like, you know, nobody's gonna be there. You guys are my community, so I want to like cater to you guys a little bit.
I'm available all the time.
I know you are, Index.
I-
You're
I don't have
you're big
friends.
sweetheart. You're big sweetheart, and you make time for me all the time.
Of course I didn't. Can't make time for your friends.
I'm the same time zone as Pengu. Yes, you are. You don't know when you're available, Jelly? Do you have a very weird schedule or some shit?
Probably.
Oh, well, then that would be a pain. But yeah, I'm trying to cater to my community. When are you guys usually available? You know? What's convenient for you when I start? Oh yeah, be going 3 hours ahead in a month or so. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're moving. My time is subject to every outside force available.
You're
So you-
moving.
Yeah, Elise is moving.
Oh no, Elise.
Yeah. Not even gonna get to meet her in person. She's in the same. She's like an hour away from me. I'm never gonna get to meet her now. Sad. Sad
You
days.
guys gotta go get ice cream or something before Elise moves.
Too bad, huh? Like, she's literally like within an hour or so away from me. Maybe like 2 hours, but very close. Kitten is like the same time zone. He's just north of me, like directly north. It's 2:20 p.m. my time. Right now it's 8:22, so it's like actually something like a 6-hour difference. Then never mind.
I'm like a day away.
My dad will still live here for a while. Well, then your dad's gonna move too. Then I'll never get to see you. Oh well. Break into Elise's house before she leaves. I don't think she'd like that. She'd probably like use all her anime shit to attack me. 8 p.m. PST. Got two votes. That's it. That's not much feedback. What the heck?
I mean, I'm fine with
It got the
time now.
it's the oldie vote that got. Community, please help me. 2 votes. I'm disappointed.
You gotta put tacos in there. You'll never
No.
get votes if there's no tacos.
What the fuck? So 8 p.m. PST it is, I guess. That's 2 hours later than I usually start. And this is where I see everybody showing up, actually. So that does make sense, kind of. Maybe I should do like 7:30 just to get started. And get things going.
I was actually gonna suggest that.
Yeah. Get all the setup shit out of the way.
Mhm.
Well, offer cakes or ice cream for voting if you want people to vote. I wish I could. I wish I could.
Well,
I-
if you live near me, I'll give you cake. I'll come bake you a cake and
I'll give Steve codes for voting. But then nobody even wants those even. Shit. I have nothing to offer. I just put ATM PST because usually the later it is, the higher chance I'm free. That's fair. That's fair. It's an apartment complex, though. I would have to find out which one. Alright, I guess I'll start them a little later then. 7:30 or so, I'll get it rolling. I'll try that next week, actually. We'll try that next week. I'm lactose, so ice cream is a no-no for me. Aw, kitten. Poor kitten. Anyway, thank you for voting, the 2 people that did.
You can't even have the lactose-free stuff?
Don't shit on stream.
What? 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 I was just challenged just now. Ooh. Ooh. Space Tune's gonna get it from me. Oof.
You gotta go 2 whole weeks.
Well, no, we gotta discuss. Gotta discuss.
Huh?
Do it. Do it! Okay. Next week, I'll adjust it to 7:30 p.m. Those 30 minutes will be there just to get things set up and ready for everybody. So, and get all the fucking stuff out of the way. So yeah, enjoy. We'll try that out, see how it works. And if nobody shows up still, I'm gonna fucking go cry in the corner and probably quit streaming, so. I'll graduate from streaming if it doesn't work.
I'll show up.
Okay. Index is like the one person in the stalls, the stand, like, she's got all my fucking merch, and she's like, yeah, go Penguin, go, go, go!
I do. I was actually thinking, since I own those drawings, I wonder if I could just, like, take them to Walmart and make myself a pillow.
Can you?
No pain will nada.
At Walmart?
Yeah.
They'll let you do that at Walmart.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Even with the nudie one, or just the censored?
I'm not sure. I'd have to talk to my friend who works in photos.
Oh, okay. They'd be like, I don't know.
No shit. One of my friends has been like, you have not seen what some people decide that they should like print at. Not at home.
I'm comatose now, ate a burrito. And then you give me shit for not being able to handle Taco Bell? What the fuck, Elise?
Taco Bell's so good.
Indy no say so. Indy's not say so. You
What?
really just called at least that Harold photo where he's alone in the stadium. Elise? No, I was talking about Index.
What?
Index is that one fan of mine that's just always in stalls wearing all my merch. I said comatose, not... It's like the same fucking thing, Elise. It's like the same shit. Different day. At least I'm not laying on my fucking back. I can still move. I just gotta shit. Well, either I'm deaf or you're bad. I think you're just deaf, Jelly. I pretty clearly said Index, didn't I? Didn't I, Indy?
Yeah. I heard my name.
I wasn't listening because I was looking at for Neko Arc's theme. Well, we'll look that up. I haven't seen that many Type Moon anime, actually. If I'm being honest. I've seen the OG garbage Fate series. I've seen Fate Zero, and I've seen Unlimited Blade Works. Haven't touched Heaven's Field yet. I need to get on that. It
Yep,
wouldn't be
There's
the
a certain
first time.
person who would freak out if they knew that you have not seen them all.
Prince?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about him earlier. He's a Type Moon dick sucker.
He's an idiot.
He sucks Type Moon's dick. He sucks it dry.
He's just like,
He sucks it
he
dry.
talks about fate and like I just pretend that I'm listening.
Well, I mean, he's the same thing. It's like Gundam for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
seen all the Gundam series?
No?
Okay. Wait, no, then
I
it's not.
haven't. I'm obsessed with Gundam 00. No other shall quell my soul the way that 00 does.
I bet you like Gundam Seed Destiny.
I actually don't like any of the Gundam Seed series.
Yeah, it's pretty universally hated.
I
Destiny.
just don't like.
Destiny
See,
is like
here's
garbage.
the thing. I actually don't like the art style.
I think Destiny is like the most hated series of all Gundam.
So
Most disliked.
actually, it's not.
Really?
Yeah, actually, the most hated would probably be, God, the Build Fighter series.
What?
Then it would probably be 00.
What the fuck?
Then Iron Blooded Orphans.
I liked Iron
And
Blood.
then like Seed Destiny.
What?
Then
No.
Wing.
No.
And then Seed.
No. No.
Because you have to remember that there are the UC elite. There's like the Universal Century elitists.
Yeah, but IBO is better than Destiny.
Yeah, IBO was, but the first season was. But
I was pretty mixed on the second season. It was a little too
the
depressing.
second season was bad enough that
It was a little
it's
too.
about the same as watching. It's about the same as watching Destiny.
I don't know. I don't think season 2 was.
Wait, that bad?
I don't think it was that bad. It was just too depressing for me.
I thought that the writing was really terrible.
It kind of feels like the second part of Death Note for me.
For me, like the writing is like everything, and then the pacing was just really, really bad.
All I've watched is Unlimited Blade Works Sum of Zero. Oh wow, at least it's pretty basic.
I've only seen Unlimited Blade Works as well, and I've only seen like 4 episodes of it.
Now that I'm a mod again, do I have to say why I want to be in Pengu's mod team?
Yeah,
yes,
why do you
kitten.
want to be in the mod team?
I need a multiple-page essay dissertation of why you want to be in my mod team. I expect it on my desk in the next minute. I wasn't listening. Okay. All right, we're getting way too off topic. Fuck me.
We are. It's your fault.
Okay.
This time.
All right, get on it, kitten. We're gonna read again. Ugh. What is this? There's something wrapped in a bloody newspaper on a tray nearby. Looking at the blood-drenched paper, I can only imagine there is something gruesome inside of it. Yet Takano-san looked like she wanted to surprise me with something interesting. Oh, God, this is awful. It's a bloody right arm. The man on the table still has his. This right arm doesn't belong to him. So who does it belong to? I am used to looking at things like this as a doctor, but the horrible cross-section makes me want to look away. It wasn't done according to a medically acceptable method, that's for sure. Yeah, no shit. It was obviously done out of cruelty. Nah, it's some diabetic guy that took his fucking arm off. I don't know about that, Chief.
Judging by the situation, we can assume this man cut this arm.
So, he's the culprit behind the body dumping that's been occurring in the neighborhood? At that point, there was no way of knowing who the right arm belonged to. But the next morning, the dismemberment murder of the damn construction site director was purported. And they mentioned that his right arm was still missing, so who learned who the right arm belonged to? We learned who blah 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 blah. We learned.
This man has a criminal record. He's on probation. Yet, he committed another crime. I bet he dismantled the body in order.
Oh no.
I bet he dismantled the body in order to hide it.
Oh
It's
no.
because you took so long in the bathroom.
No, I didn't. I just took a shit.
You took like 15 minutes.
That was not 15 minutes.
It was so long, Penguin.
Oh my god. I'm sure it depends on the circumstances, but it'll get more than just a few years in prison.
So,
You won't hesitate to dissect a scumbag like him, right?
Who knows? Maybe he was a scumbag before and became violent due to the syndrome. Or maybe he had gone straight, but became violent again due to the syndrome. The former is one thing, but if it's the latter case, it's not his fault. That's why Hidemazawa syndrome is so terrifying. We can't tell the syndrome is the cause of the crime or if it's simply a problem of human nature. But what causes a defective human nature in the first place? That was precisely EDA's area of research. Hate the crime, not the criminal. Can criminals only be corrected by punishing them with imprisonment? If a person commits a crime because of a mental disorder, but then gets treatment, he is corrected. In other words, there are no crimes in this world, only patients awaiting treatment without anyone else being able to understand them. I don't know about that. In medieval times, patients with mental disorders were said to be possessed by demons, and they were either confined or killed. Centuries after, they were finally acknowledged as mentally ill people who needed treatment. Perception can change with time. Even if they are called criminals now, maybe after several centuries, those criminals will be acknowledged as patients who are entitled to appropriate treatment. Explaining crimes through illness instead of malness. That's my life's work. Hidemazawa syndrome is a strange disease that can support my theory. Solving its mysteries is extremely important to me. To solve those mysteries, I need a medical sacrifice. It's an extremely sinful thing to do, but there's no way to unravel this without it. The Ide Institute was authorized to take such drastic measures if necessary. That's why I was asked about it in so many times when I accepted the position of director. And finally, the opportunity is here. This will be the first step of our research on this strange disease. But even now, I'm a little hesitant. I've opened up human bodies in many surgeries. What I'll be doing on this man is something very similar. But there's also something that's very different. What I did before is part of treatment. I did it to save the patient's lives. I did it so the patients could have a better future. But what I'm trying to do here isn't treatment. He will die at the end of it. His death will be far from humane. I'm going to violate nature and force him to stay alive while I open up his living brain. Oh, Jesus. Index.
Director Irie. Are you listening?
Sorry. Could you repeat that?
I believe it best that we submit the dissection proposal to Tokyo and request their assistance. He is not only alive, he's also in the terminal stage, so he's an extremely important specimen. We must conduct the dissection very carefully.
That's true. You're right. Let's do it as you say.
I think we'll have a few days before the dissection. So I want to run some reaction tests once he's off the anesthetic.
Do you think that's safe? Even if he's restrained, we don't know what will happen.
We finally have the opportunity to test a live specimen. We can't only look into his brain.
Kano-san's unusual cheerfulness made me feel odd. Maybe her reaction is normal. Maybe I'm the one who's not reacting normally in this situation. I'm only here for the research, so I should be excited to have the opportunity to perform our first live dissection. But I'm still hesitant. How can I call myself a researcher? Researchers of the past were brave enough to cross the line, and that's how they accomplished many things. I've seen many brains, I've operated on them. I've lost some patients too, but I never thought anything of it because I knew I did the right thing. Even when my hard work was denied afterwards. If it pained me to think of that, then I just needed to advance the field of medicine to ensure their deaths weren't wasted. That's the true form of those advancing the field of medicine. Yet, why was my heart tormented so much just by changing the name from treatment to dissection? Does it mean I'm not man enough to emulate those great men of the past to open the doors to new medicine? That I don't have the power to develop new advances myself?
What's like, hey, what's the matter, Director? Are you feeling okay?
Takano is pretending to be concerned about me, but she knows. She knows I'm still hesitating. And she's telling me that I should be ashamed as a researcher for feeling that way. I shook my head to clear it of sleepiness. Remember the resolve that brought me here to this day. Okay, I did a short intro and then I want to be a mod. Alright, Kitten, I'll take a look at it later. I already have blood on my hands. But if I stop now, their lives will be wasted. Those who shed their blood can only rest in peace once they've become the cornerstones of great research. I shook my head once more and reminded myself that I'm a researcher. No. I was just thinking. Takano-san, please make some arrangements with Tokyo. And let me know when it's done.
Okay, understood. This is really exciting.
The least I can do... What? Oh.
Oh, Elise is back.
Oh, your mommy was talking to you, Elise? Your mommy telling you to stop making weird noises? Elise? The least I can do is try my best. Oh, is my best, so his life won't be wasted. If he bleeds, I can't waste even a drop of his blood. After scolding my staff for their indiscretion of discussing the dissection with such excitement, I returned to my office. Oh dear. Oh dear. No.
No.
He was talking about moving plans. Oh, okay. Sage. Never gonna meet Elise. Sage. We don't have the hospitalization. Rika's father being marked as an opportunist is required. Rika's required. The death of Satoko Hojo's aunt. Help from the queen character is required? No. 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 Nope. Nope. Nope.
No.
Nope. 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 Reminiscence is required? We maybe have this one.
I think we do because I think that that's when they're in the bus.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Hey!
I've wanted to become a doctor ever since I was little. Doctors make a lot of money. People look up to doctors. I think those are the kind of reasons I had. So when I played with my friends, I always acted like a doctor. I cleaned their wounds and applied ice packs when my friends sprained their ankles, using what I learned from household medical books. Everyone, including me, believed I'd be a doctor one day. My family was poor, so they praised me for that goal. They told me that I needed to study a lot to become a doctor, so they borrowed some pseudo-medical books from the local library for me. The rental fees weren't cheap, so I would speed read one book in a day, and the next day my parents would go back to the store to exchange it for a different book, saying they accidentally borrowed a book that they already borrowed before. By doing so, my parents borrowed 2 books for the price of 1. Of course, now I know those books were rather useless, but they were highly motivational just the same. Their fucking libraries charge money? Their public
Weird.
libraries charge money to rent books. Jesus.
That's so weird.
Is that how Japan works? Damn. My neighbors called me Dr. Kyosuke-kun, and I was always picked for class health officer at school. Even my teachers helped me with the classes I needed to take to become a doctor. Of course, in reality, becoming a doctor isn't as easy as it might seem. I had to study diligently, and the path was most definitely rough. To become a doctor, one must attend college. Since my family was poor, I was told I wasn't allowed to go to expensive private school. So I had to be admitted into a national public university. My grades weren't bad, but the admission rate to the national public universities is very marginal. Especially since I wanted to go to a medical school, my chances were even smaller. Our public libraries required a small charge for making a membership. Really? Not here in Cali. It's all free. I believe. I mean, I haven't used the public library in fucking years, so maybe it's changed. I don't know.
I mean, ours don't.
I studied like crazy. My only driving force was my childhood dream of becoming a doctor. The dream of becoming a doctor and to be looked up to by everyone kept me going. And I was admitted. I wasn't at the top of the list, but I made it in. I was finally at the starting point of making my childhood dream come true. My parents were thrilled. Neither my father nor my mother went to college, so they were proud of their son, getting into a public medical school. They invited our relatives over to celebrate. Although it was a public university, tuition wasn't cheap, but they still had an extravagant celebration anyway. My father didn't express his emotions much. He always kept a straight face. He rarely voiced his opinion or took initiative on anything. My mother took care of everything, and he showed up last and left without saying a word. He was a typical stern and silent Japanese father at the time. That's why I was surprised to see him shedding tears of joy, and I cried along with him. He went around to all my relatives while repeatedly slapping my back, saying how proud and lucky he was to have a son like me. He bragged about my achievements to all who would learn and hear him. The celebration became my farewell party as I was about to leave for Tokyo. My father yelled "Banzai" repeatedly at the station as the train pulled away. I was a little embarrassed, but when I could no longer see my father, I could clearly recall the tears pouring down. Aww. The days of hellish studying and exams began after that. Some days I was tempted to just give up and submit myself to the lavish lifestyle of the city. But the letters from my family always encouraged me and gave me the strength to go on. My dream then was to open up my own clinic in my hometown so I could contribute to the region. I never even dreamed of getting involved with brains. One day I noticed a difference in a letter from my family. The letter said the usual things about how it was at home and asked how I was doing. But the postscript was what caught my attention. Your father has become really violent lately. Sometimes he turns the house upside down and I don't know what to do. I just couldn't picture him acting viciously. I was extremely surprised. Did something happen?
Dementia?
But in the postscript, my mother said that there was nothing she could think of. My mother and father had been together for a long time. They'd been together since well before I was born. So she noticed things that I couldn't. She couldn't even think of a reason why my father had become so violent. What happened? They got along so well. They were such a lovely couple. When I caused a problem for my mother when I was little, my father only bonked my head with his knuckle. Why was he acting this way towards my mother? Maybe there was some kind of misunderstanding between them. I was going home for the new year. Maybe I could have a good talk with him then. But the situation was a lot more serious than I thought. On one cold winter day, I found my apartment door unlocked. I thought someone had broke in, but I found my mother in my apartment with her luggage. That's right. My mother could no longer take my father's fury and came to stay with me. This is back when people still believed in the proverb, a woman has no place to settle down all her life. What? Oh, heck. Ida has been timed out for 600 seconds? What? What? Who's Ida? What? Elise, what are you doing? She couldn't go back to her own family because they lived in the same region as my father, so she came all the way to Tokyo. I heard about my father's violence from my mother's own lips. Depressing. No bonk Ida, he didn't do anything. She cried, saying she had no idea why such a quiet man changed like that. She said she wasn't ever going back to him. I didn't know what to do. He got bonked? Oh, okay. Funny. Funny. I didn't know what to do. I asked her if she could talk to him one more time, but the bruises on her body told me it was no use. To remember what happened afterwards is too much, so I'll be brief. After my mother left, my father thought she was having an affair and went over to the neighbor's house with a wooden sword. He was arrested. He was released immediately, but he assumed someone in the neighborhood was hiding her, so he did the same thing repeatedly. What the fuck? He eventually reached the point of getting into fights with anyone he saw. In the end, he picked a fight with some young punks and he ended up getting beaten to death. Oh wow. My relatives gave my father a decent funeral, but my mother didn't attend. It's no use beating a dead horse. So nope.
Because he got beaten to death.
Yeah. Oh goodness. So nobody said anything negative about my father, but everyone was simply puzzled as to why he changed so much. What I heard from my relatives about my father's final days was a lot stranger than what I heard from my mother. My mother only told me about his sudden rage and violence. But my relatives told me. He also laughed and grew sad. Apparently he displayed several sudden fluctuations of emotion, especially so in his last years. They also told me that he started to complain about headaches after an accident he had. My father was a construction worker. He had hit his head hard on a construction board during an accident at work. He regained his consciousness quickly and seemed fine. But since the accident, he started to have headaches and behave abnormally. Would he have a concussion? Does concussions do that?
He could actually have like a brain bleed.
Something like that, huh?
Or pressure in certain parts of the brain. Actually,
Encephalitis?
No, actually this hits really close to me because my father actually suffers from this. My dad didn't know at the time, but my dad actually has cysts in his brain.
From an injury?
Even though he is diagnosed with like bipolar and stuff. And he does have that. The cysts in his brain make it so that he can't cognitively do things sometimes. Like
Okay.
he doesn't like his brain just like it doesn't connect right. And it's in his frontal lobe. And so sometimes his rational thinking isn't correct. So actually this can happen and it can present in mood swings, and extreme like
Wait, so
mood changes and like
was it caused by
change.
an accident? Trauma to the head? Oh.
That's why you really need to like if somebody you know has been like it could be like they're hemorrhaging in their brain, like they could be bleeding in their brain. They could have gotten like they could have a bleed in their brain or a cyst in their brain, which could eventually kill them.
Oof.
Like he didn't get beaten to death. It's very possible that he would have died from this eventually.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, like
I thought they were gonna say like he got Hinamizawa syndrome, but I guess it's something else.
No, this is entirely possible, actually.
Yeah. I sensed the connection between the accident and my father's changes, so I talked to my professor after I went back to Tokyo. I can't say for certain, but it sounds like it's possible your father suffered from some kind of brain damage. There's a chance that a blow to his head caused an organic mental disorder. The symptoms your father showed in his final years were similar to delirium and mental fluctuations we've often seen in similar patients. Human behavior is created by the brain, and if the brain is damaged, it can cause erratic behavior. In other words, my father wasn't crazy, he was suffering from a disorder. If you can perform an autopsy on him, you should check his brain carefully. Maybe you'll find something like a tumor there. My father had already been cremated. There was no way of knowing. Fuck.
Yeah, so when they're like, there could be something like a tumor, a cyst and that type of stuff can cause that.
Fuck.
Similar to like a stroke and that type of stuff, you could have dead brain matter that could cause that as well.
Jeez. Dead brain matter, fuck. But hearing about his behavior, I knew for sure. That was the only way to explain why such a quiet and gentle man would change. I tried to explain all this to my relatives to regain my father's honor, but hardly anyone understood. If his brain was damaged, he would have been dead. But he was alive and well. So the accident didn't damage his brain. It wasn't his brain that caused him to change, it was his mind. They simply brushed it off like that. This is the perception most people have about the brain. They don't realize the mind and the brain are connected. Especially not in Japan, they don't give a shit about mental health, do they?
Actually, for a really long time, there were two things in the bodies, like doctors were not alike. Really, like it was very taboo to touch the heart or to touch the brain at all. fact,
Ma-
actually, there's a Utah surgeon who basically helped invent open heart surgery and transporting organs and stuff. And at the time, that was like something that like you were not supposed to do, was touch the heart
Well,
at
yeah,
all. Like same with the brain, like
you
it
could
was very taboo. Like
you
we
could
think
kill them
about
pretty
like
easily
open
now.
brain surgery. What?
You could fuck up and kill them pretty easily now.
Yeah, it's very well, and we didn't know. We legitimately just didn't know anything. Let's put it this way, like for like till like the 1920s, 1930s ish, doctors thought women parts were just floating around in our bodies. Like
Uh,
they had no idea what was going on in there. like
what, they
it
didn't want
took
to fucking
so like
open it up?
let's look at it nowadays. Uh, the gallbladder. Is it the gallbladder? I think it might be the gallbladder, or no, it's the appendix. We aren't even sure what the fuck that shit does. No one knows. It's just a ticking time bomb inside of us that might possibly kill you one day.
Ah.
It's like there's so much in our body, like sometimes like doctors don't even know. Like, it's insane.
Most of the relatives didn't believe me, but there's one person who I really wanted to anyway. That was my mother. As she got older, she grew senile and she exaggerated the abuse she had to endure. All she did was criticize my father, and every time she ended up crying, lamenting that she married him. There were a lovely couple. We were a great family. That's why I wanted to convey to her that she was misunderstanding the situation with my father. My father's behavior was caused by his brain damage. What he did to her was very sad, but he didn't want to be that way. I told her that he wasn't at fault. But my mother didn't understand. Before she took her last breaths, I begged her to forgive my father. But her final words were, "Please don't bury me next to that man." Oh, fuck. Oof. Oof. My father wasn't at fault. He was simply the victim of a brain disorder. You don't complain to a person who's coughing because he has a cold. His coughing is just a symptom, and he should be sympathized with. In my father's case, the symptoms weren't as obvious as a cough. They took the form of changes in personality, which are much harder to recognize. If I'd studied the brain more, I could have explained it better to my mother, so that she could have misunderstood him. Then they could have been a nicer couple again in heaven. When I realized that, I cried. And I also realized that there are plenty of people like my father in this world who are suffering from a disorder, yet they are misunderstood and despised for it. And then I found out. I found out about a miraculous cure for such disorder called a lobotomy. Ever since that day, I spent my days learning about the brain so I could help people who are suffering from mental illnesses. My father's gone, but if he was still alive, I could cure him myself. So he and my mother could reconcile. That's the main reason why I'm here. Ooh, that was a heavy one. Jesus.
That hit me really deep.
Fort Erie, man. Fuck.
Like,
I feel so bad for this guy.
This place takes place in the 1980s.
Yeah, in Japan.
Mental health was still kind of considered taboo until like the 2000s.
They don't know the mind and the brain are connected. The appendix explodes and also makes constipation even more uncomfortable. That's its job, punishing you for having a bad diet. Boom. No earache, not a lobotomy. Lobotomy doesn't sound like the solution, personally, but
it can for some things. It's like leeches. Like, did you know they still use leeches?
under certain circumstances, right?
And stuff. Yeah. So they can use a leech as like a portable artery.
Ah.
And they will use maggots to clean burns, because maggots only eat dead flesh.
The death of the damn construction site manager is required. Okay, we got that.
We've read that one, yeah.
Ooh, Ishi's up. I don't know what to say. I want to say something, but I can't think of the right words. I can only sigh. Ooh, Kuma-chan. Ah, ooh. Do you want to read Kuma?
I love Kumagi.
You want to read him?
Yeah. Ah, Oishi. Oishi-san. I've been looking for you.
He's back from the dead. Back from getting his fucking
Woof
brains blown
him.
out.
The section manager asked me about the wanted poster.
Be quiet. This is a place of rest. As Kumagi bars into the room, the old coroner quickly snapped back at him.
Sorry. The section manager asked me about the wanted poster for the suspect.
Ah! Can you talk to Komiyama-kun about that? I need to speak to the coroner here. Could you tell him I'll be right over?
Okay.
Although they can help, there's a lot of things they've been used to solve where it doesn't actually help and only worsen it. Like the old practice of using it as a cure for schizophrenia. Cutting part of their brain out?
Yeah.
I kind of guess schizo. Schizo's
Just
like
look
the...
at the Kennedy.
Kennedy?
One of the Kennedys had a lobotomy performed on them when she was a child.
Oh.
Because she was just too unruly.
Kumagi ran out of the autopsy room with the same haste he entered in. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, it doesn't help schizophrenia because it's a different part of the brain.
Schizophrenia is the overactivity of dopamine, I think, is one of the things.
Yeah, it doesn't have to do with what a lobotomy does.
Does your brain just produce too much fucking dopamine then?
Yeah.
Damn, that's rough. Lively, isn't he? The old man would have slapped him for making such a fuss. You probably should go back too. The air in here isn't for people who aren't used to it. You're right. If I slack off too long, I might get slapped as well. Ha ha ha. Here in Shishibone, all the hoodlums cross the street when you pass through. Yet he's the only one, past or future, who's ever punched you for splitting your sumo wrong. What? What?
It's gonna be, that would be a reference to Mahjong.
Huh. He really was a merciless man. I think he punched me more than my real father. Doesn't matter if he was a real one or not. If he looked up to him in the same way, then he really was a father to you. My real father passed away in Nagoya. He was unlucky. If he wasn't given the order to move to a plant in Nagoya, he wouldn't have died in an air raid. If he could have rode it out another half a year or so, then the war would have been over. I was sad, of course, but I was grown up enough by then that I didn't cry in the ground like my mother did. But people feel sadness in different ways. For some people, it comes all at once as an overwhelming wave, but others feel sadness gradually, over a long period of time. I think I was the latter. When he was alive, I only thought of him as annoying. In my mind, I even cursed him with questions about why he avoided the draft. And I thought my feelings towards him would always be the same. Then the war ended. As I saw families and friends being reunited with joy as I came home from the front, it finally happened. I grieved for my father's death. Japan was filled with people who were sad and full of despair. I knew I wasn't the only one whose life ended up that way. But I remember I was very, very heartbroken. After the war, the nation completely changed. As a policeman, the environment I worked in went through sudden changes too. In order to forget my sorrow, the only thing I could do was devote myself to my work. At the time, I was in charge of busting people for buying rice illegally. I conducted spot checks on travelers at major train stations. And boy, did I find a lot of them.
Wait, you can illegally buy rice?
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Was there some kind of restriction or some shit? When Index mentioned the Kennedys, I thought that's what she meant. The Kennedys? Like the... The president family Kennedys?
Yeah. 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 One of the daughters was given lobotomy.
Wow.
And they like covered it up.
Wow. Did the
Yeah.
family know?
Yeah, the family knew.
Just not the public.
Yeah, she was like hidden for a long time and considered a disgrace, and
What?
yeah,
Wow.
like the family considered her disgraceful and they like hid her from the world basically. It's actually a really sad story.
That sounds pretty bad, yeah.
She was like given a lobotomy and like really abused and stuff. It's very sad.
Wow. There was a fairly big black market in Gogura, and a lot of people came from as far as Osaka to buy it. After the war, Japan faced a chronic shortage in food supply. To those ends, the nation instituted a food rationing program by signing the Food Control Act. But the rations the government provided weren't even close to being enough to feed families. Therefore, people had no choice other than buying food and supplies on the black market. The government hardly had enough food for rations, but there was somehow plenty on the black market. The dealers there sold it out at outrageous prices, and some of them became quite wealthy. The Sonozaki family made their money through the black market, but that's another story. The government didn't bother arresting those dealers, for which their money they were able to buy off the top members of the police department. Instead, they decided to go after people buying the goods, and even confiscated the rice they bought by selling everything they owned. Yeah, I remember that. Wasn't there a prosecutor who starved himself to death? Yeah, there was. The prosecutor who vowed not to eat illegal rice starved to death. Wasn't it in 1947? That was horrible. He, a public prosecutor, proved it himself that people couldn't survive by adhering to the law. That prosecutor had grown tired of the government charging people with doing whatever they could do to survive, and he proclaimed that he was never going to buy black market rice again. In 1947, he starved to death when he was only in his mid-30s. The law prohibited people from buying black market rice, but that was the only way to survive. In that case, was the Food Control Act a bad law itself? I didn't know about this. Fuck.
But yeah, actually, this is right after World War II. There was actually a huge famine, and
Well, probably because fucking 2 nukes are dropped on the fucking land. They can't fucking
Well,
grow shit.
and those areas were actually very agricultural. As
Yeah,
well.
that's all bad. Oh god.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually, you know what's actually funny? Ramen, instant ramen, the way we know it,
Uh-huh.
was actually created around this time as a response to the famine
I see.
that Japan had. Yeah.
To keep it for longer, right?
No, it was easier to manufacture, and it was actually made from wheat rather than being made with rice. So it was actually easier for them to manufacture and to grow, and
Even-
they could import.
Even before the nukes, there was a famine? Oh wow, they just made it worse.
Yeah, and when I say import, I actually mean so the United States actually just gave them a lot of resources as well.
Yeah.
A really terrible time back then, but
I can imagine.
like, there are good things, there are bad things, there are terrible things, there are atrocities.
The death of the prosecutor... Sorry, what?
Oh, then.
Oh. The death of the prosecutor was seen as a desperate message to the government about the injustice of that law. We rounded up people with bags of rice and lined them up at the temporary inspection point next to the station. It was like a military tribunal. We inspected their bags and confiscated everything that they had brought at the black market. The women all cried. They sold everything they owned to buy the rice. They pleaded that if we confiscated the rice, how would they feed their starving children? Doesn't make sense, huh? Yet they forbade you from going after the sellers, so it's absolutely unfair from the view of the people. Everyone was on edge. If they heard a police inspection was set up on the next station, they'd jump off the train and run. They were aware of these people, so we set up several officers near jump-off spots in order to capture them. I remember chasing after women carrying several kilos of rice on them. That was when I first met the old man. Man, I was surprised. Remember my father? He looked exactly like him. I really thought he was maybe my father had miraculously survived the air raid in Nagoya. I was chasing a man who was running away from the inspection point. There was no way for him to run with a heavy bag of rice on him. So either he'd get arrested with illegal rice, or escape by ditching the rice that he'd bought by selling all of his belongings. Jesus. In other words, if the person being chased by the police, that person can't provide his family any rice to eat. Of course, I felt guilty about that. I knew people had to buy rice to survive. So we had a tactic agreement to let those who ditched the rice and ran get away. So I always thought the same thing as I chased them. Please throw it away. I didn't want to catch him, because I didn't want to hear him crying and pleading in distress. It was then that the old man showed up. He looked exactly like my dead father. I was dumbfounded. Then all of a sudden, he punched me in the head. If a father disciplines you, as a child, you lower your head in apology. I was so happy to see my father alive that I couldn't hold my joy in. The old man said, "Let him go." When I heard his voice, I realized he wasn't my father, so I thought I'd arrest him for assaulting a policeman. But a young man, like me, who'd barely grown any hairs yet, was no match for an older man used to fighting. Yeah, you sure taught me a lesson. He gave me a good scolding in the middle of my street after I was all beat up. Nah, who'd even listen to him, right? But something struck me then. I kept seeing my father in him. All I could do was listen. Yeah, he was a ruffian, but he showed his guts like a real man. That's what made him such a great guy. You don't see men like him nowadays. He was a true example of a man from the good old times. Despite my age, I still needed a father. I needed someone to look up to, and to show me what makes a man a man. When I think about it, I really did have two fathers. The old man was a father, a brother, and my best friend. But now, here he lies with his head, body, arms, and legs all dismembered, and his right arm hasn't been found. He taught me how to be a man, how to enjoy alcohol, how to play mahjong, and with the right arm, he gave me a good beating when I did something wrong. But that right arm is still missing. Do you have any suspects? Yeah, of course. I swear, I'll find the old man's right arm and pay them back for what they've done to him. They're running Hinamizawa from the shadows and inciting this collective crime they call the Dam Protest, the Sonozaki family. I declare war within myself. I'd already known who my enemy is. Shit. So this is where that fucking hate comes from.
That makes a lot of sense. Like, that's why he's so determined, is because this is someone he like looked up to, like his dad.
Yeah, it's too bad he's chasing after barking up the wrong tree. I can see why he fucking hates the Sonozakis, though.
No. Nope.
I don't think we have this. Nope. Nope. No. 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 Okay, this is what we can do. I ran into Satoko while on my way to the grocery store for my mother. Satoko said she was going there too, so we decided to go together. After exchanging our shopping lists, it became easy to guess what the other family would be having for dinner. Satoko's family is having grilled fish and cooked vegetables. We're having Salisbury steak. Oh, that sounds fucking delicious.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Ooh.
My, that sounds so good. I don't mind the grilled fish, but it's the vegetables I'm less fond of. I'm certain there's still plenty of pumpkin left from the other day. You'll be getting a lot tonight. Poor Satoko. I do appreciate knowing that pumpkin is going to show up on the dinner table. Aww. Meep. You don't like pumpkin no matter how it shows up. Rika! You have some food you're not fond of, don't you? That's right. You don't like daifuku, cream puffs, or anything sweet, don't you? It's not that I don't like those things. I just choose not to eat them. If I wanted to, I could eat sweets forever. I can even eat pumpkin pie too. Yippa! Oh. It's not fair that you aren't a picky eater.
Conversations like this are how I have fun. Satoko's my best friend. I usually don't like grocery shopping, but if I'm with Satoko, I can make it into an enjoyable evening stroll. Near the supermarket, there's grocers and other shops forming a little shopping district. The grocery store is busy this time of day. All the housewives in Hinamizawa gather here to shop. Since Satoko and I have different things to buy, we decided to do our shopping separately. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Rika-chama. Are you shopping for your mother? What a good girl.
I'm a good girl who can go shopping by herself.
Wow, you really are a good girl. Here, I'll give you this. There were several candies for the owner's occasional asthma attack inside a sea full of change hanging in the front. He picked out a sweet from there and gave it to me. It was my favorite flavor, strawberry milk. I put it in my pocket so I could brag about it to Satoko later. I get a lot of fun out of teasing Satoko and making her jealous. She's always overreacts, so I never get bored when I'm with her. What are you having for dinner tonight, Rika-chama? Ground pork?
I'm making Salisbury steak. We're going to put flower-shaped fried eggs on top and draw pictures on them with ketchup.
Oh, ho, ho, ho! That sounds like fun! I enjoyed that conversation while filling my shopping basket. But then I overheard some women whispering. They're talking about something that's a little harsh. They're talking about Satoko. How long do those villager traders plan to stay here? They should just leave. They don't even have the guts to go shopping by themselves and make their daughter do it instead. The women went on and on. Ever since the Hojo family and the Sonozaki family got into a huge fight at the explanatory meeting for the dam project, the Hojo family has been ostracized within the village. At first, there were a significant number of families in favor of leaving like the Hojos, but the main branch of the Sonozakis led a push to completely solidify the village's opinion, and as that tone of unified resistance grew stronger, the pro-evacuation family steadily grew quiet. The public harassment led by the Sonozaki and Kimiyoshis, two of the three families with powerful influence on the village, also played an effect too. The Sonozaki family made the Hojo family into an example to ensure there were no more pro-evacuation supporters. The ancestors of the village have lived there for generations, and the villagers also know that they themselves will be buried in this village, so this harassment put a lot of pressure on them. Who was it that agreed to make the Hojo family the leader of the pro-evacuation group at the explanatory meeting? Those same people no longer said anything, and they even joined in on harassing the Hojo family. The harassment they faced became pressure from the entire village. The Hojo family is hardly wealthy, and they haven't paid the town council fees in a long time. When things were peaceful, nobody said anything about it. But now that the wind was blowing a different way, the Hojo family was asked to pay off all of their late council fees immediately. It wasn't an amount they could afford, but the Hojos recognized a fight was being picked with them, and they responded to it. And so the Hojo family quit the town council. But that only played right into the village's evil plan. Making an enemy out of the town council meant facing vicious harassment. For example, the place the Hojos dumped their trash was a provisional dumping site established by the town council and the waste management department. Under the council agreement, only council members could use it. Ever since the day the Hojo family quit the village council, their trash bags were returned to their front door. Furthermore, all the bags were torn. That's fucked up. On top of that, a sign went up on the hedge road near the Hojo family. It said, "Private road, no trespassing. Only council members permitted." A stubborn old man stood and guarded the road, saying that he would not let any of the Hojo family members pass through. The private road is a private property opened up to the public, so it looks just like a normal road. However, as a private property, the owner can forbid anyone else to pass through whenever they like. More and more, the village piled on vicious harassment. The fear of antagonism spread throughout the entire village, and people became afraid that if they supported the Hojo family, they'd go through the same thing. This has made the Hojo family even more isolated. The grown-ups haven't told their kids about what's going on, so Satoko isn't harassed in any way at school. But it wasn't hard to imagine she probably spent her days feeling so anxious she could hardly breathe. Even the women whispering in here aren't saying anything directly to Satoko. But it's not like she doesn't notice their muttering and their cold stares. When did this village become so cold towards her? As her best friend, it's very sad for me. Satoko's shopping experience is nothing like mine. When I say hello or buy things, I usually get treats at a discount. But that doesn't happen to Satoko. On the contrary, she's served last on purpose, and sometimes shop owners even pretend they don't hear her. Obviously, people don't want to have anything to do with her. Satoko had been weaving through the housewives crowding the shop, telling the fishmonger what she wanted, but she kept getting ignored. She decided to keep her smile and pretend she doesn't mind, but I know. It was far too painful for her to endure. At that point, Satoko dropped her coins on the ground. Maybe her finger got stuck on something when she was trying to put the change back into her wallet. I ran through the crowd to help her pick them up. But as I did, I noticed something. Satoko dropped a lot of coins and is struggling to pick them all up, but nobody is helping her. It's not just that. It's almost like they're acting like they don't even see her there. Satoko isn't expecting anyone to help her, since she's the one who dropped them. But, there's so many people around, and not even one is trying to aid her.
You? I'm okay, Rika.
That reaction is all I need to know to tell how hurt she is. Furthermore, when I started to help Satoko, other housewives started to pick up the coins too. As if it's the natural thing to do. So they can only help if a shrine maiden of the Furude family does. If I didn't help, they would have disregarded her completely. And the fact that other people helped only because I did hurts Satoko even more. I grabbed the coins from the housewives without thanking them. I'd rather spit at them than do that.
Thank you very much. Rika. Everyone.
If she didn't thank them, people would talk about that too. Satoko forced out her words of gratitude. The housewives looked down at her with blank expressions. I can't stand this. I can't stand what Satoko's going through right now.
If we're done, let's go, Satoko. Sure.
I grabbed Satoko's arm and pulled her away. I was frustrated, sad, and bitter. What has Satoko done? Reality is just too cruel. Everyone loves me. But can I share that love with Satoko? Satoko must be wondering why people treat me so differently. I shouldn't come shopping with her. Or rather, I should have done her shopping instead.
Satoko. What is it, Rika? I feel bad that you dropped your coins. So, here's something that'll make you happy.
I wanted to at least ease her pain a little bit, so I pulled out the strawberry milk candy I just received. But Satoko refused to take it.
candy was given to you?
My hand froze. She saw. She saw me getting this candy.
That person wanted you to eat it? So, if I did, that'd be rude.
Satoko turned her back on me and kept walking. Without even saying goodbye, she continued on to her house with the shopping bags in her hands. I only wanted to ease her pain, but I ended up rubbing salt in her wound. How can I call myself her best friend? If I could, I would have crushed the candy right there. Fuck! Why is everything so sad? Fuck! Fuck! All these goddamn stories are sad as fuck. Jesus.
Sad.
God damn. Fuck me, dude. Strawberry milk candies are part. I think we got that. Yep. Mian-san! Your friend is here. I heard the housekeeper's voice. Our house and the front yard are huge, so unlike normal houses, ringing a doorbell or yelling my name repeatedly asking to play won't work.
It's a man. Okay, thank you. Who is it?
Rika Furude-chama.
Oh, finally. Can you tell Granny that Rika-chama is here? I think she's on the porch. I'll get the watermelon.
Granny received many beautiful watermelons from somebody, so she wanted to share. I just called the Furude house a short time ago, and Rika-chan's here to pick one up. Did she come here on a bicycle? I can't remember if it was big enough basket. If it has a big enough basket. I pulled the watermelon from the well while thinking about that. The cold water in the well has refrigerated the watermelon, and the condensation makes it look delicious. The 3 members of the Furude family will enjoy it for at least 2 nights.
Am I supposed to take it home? I thought. What? Did your dad tell you?
The priest answered the phone, and I thought I told him to come pick it up. Maybe I wasn't clear enough, or maybe he misunderstood me completely. But she's here to eat watermelon, not take it home. Besides, a small basket of Rika-chama's bicycle won't hold the watermelon. And it's too dangerous for her to ride while holding it in her hands.
Ian, why don't you help Rika-chama take the watermelon? There's no way she can ride the bicycle while carrying it.
I can hold the watermelon.
No, that's too dangerous. If something happened to you, I wouldn't know what to say to Oyashihiro-sama. Mian will help you. Okay, I will. I'll go say hi to the priest too.
No matter whether she rides or pushes her bicycle, Rika-chan's hands will be occupied. So I'm going to carry the watermelon. The sky is turning auburn in the sunset. The cool breeze feels good on my sandaled feet. The plastic bag I'm carrying contains a watermelon, and also some small bags of rock candy. If her mother finds them, she'll take them away, so we decided to eat them before we got to her home. We opened the bags and enjoyed the rock candy. Rika-chan isn't an exception. Whenever kids from our neighborhood come to our house for errands, Granny gives us some treats. Actually, that's a pretty common rule here in Hinamizawa. It's funny, but sometimes when parents aren't watching, siblings will fight over who gets to take the circular notice to the next house over. So these bags of rock candy are like tips for them. Of course, she doesn't normally give out this much. Usually it's just a little piece of it. Granny is being extra nice to Rika-chama.
feel bad getting all this candy.
Don't worry. Granny loves you. You should just thank her and put a big smile on your face, that's all.
Let's put a smile on your face.
Let's put a smile on your face. Do you get lots of treats? Do you get lots of treats?
I used to. But at this age, they don't give me any. If they did, though, I would probably feel I was being treated like a little kid.
I'm being treated like a child then.
That's okay.
Enjoy it while you can.
When you become as old as me, you won't get any, even if you want some.
As we talked about ordinary things, I noticed Rika-chan seemed a little sad.
What's wrong?
Whenever I run errands, I get candy as a treat. But Satoko doesn't get any, even if she comes with me.
I can think of so many reasons why. Not only Satoko, but everyone in the Hojo family is being treated poorly in Hinamizawa. And the Sonozaki family are the ones who instigated that. The two dam supporters have died in an accident already. But the malice against the Hojo family is still going. It's directed against Satoko and Satoshi, their children, and their aunt and uncle who are taking care of them. The big fight between the Hojo family and the Sonozaki family at the explanatory meeting started all this. But that was the Hojo couple, and it shouldn't have anything to do with the children and their aunt and uncle. But the idea that the Hojo family are traitors evolved on its own. Therefore, anyone bearing the Hojo name is to be treated poorly. The aunt and uncle weren't dam supporters. So over time, the attacks toward them should have stopped. But they're rather odd, and they keep having trouble with their neighbors. They don't follow the community rules, and they don't do the community duties. And they spray pesticide while their neighbor's laundry is still hanging outside. They often get into fights with other villagers. They'd be hated even without the dam. Therefore, the Hojo family continues to be treated poorly. But none of that should have anything to do with Satoko and Satoshi. Okay, Elise. Satoko and Satoshi are often depressed at school. I tried to leave the conflict between the two families aside, but I wonder how they really feel about that. From their point of view, I'm just another member of the family that keeps harassing them.
I don't want any of that at school. That's why I try to be their friend while we're there.
How can we get that to extend outside too, instead of staying in the school?
That'd be pretty difficult. The Hojo family made enemies of the three families. They're being branded as traitors, and it's still considered the truth. It wouldn't mean anything if one person suggested an end to the hostilities just because the events around the dam are history now. On the contrary, that would just put them in the same position. Unfortunately for Satoko and Satoshi, the only thing they can do is to wait patiently until the issues withers away. All I can do for them is to provide an oasis until that day comes.
So how long do we have to wait?
I don't know. The dam conflict lasted for several years. They were branded back then, so it might take years to clear up too.
Do you mean they won't be forgiven until they become adults?
Will Satoko have to live out her childhood going through that? That's pretty miserable, isn't it?
Oh, we are their friends, aren't we?
Sure. They're my friends. We're all buddies. And isn't there something we can do to help our friend?
What? What exactly can we do?
Even if the Sonozaki family declares that the damn conflict is over, so the Hojo family are no longer outcasts, that won't solve the problem. It's not that simple. In the first place, Granny hates the Hojo family and won't suffer their name to be mentioned in her presence. It's not a matter of someone forgiving another. It's a matter of very complicated ties between the people of the village. It's absolutely terrifying to have them as your enemies. Everyone knows that very well, and that's why they maintain good relationships with their neighbors. However, if you make enemies out of them, you have to face the consequences. That's the unwritten law of the Japanese community. And the Sonozaki family is part of this unwritten law. Now that the Hojo family are outcasts, not even the Sonozaki family can overturn this situation.
Sorry, 1 second. I can't read. Kondo, come here. Sorry, gotta move my cat.
So, even if it's an issue in Hinamizawa, we can't do anything about it as Hinamizawa residents. Unfortunately, that's probably so. Yeah, if there's someone who can help Satoko, that person must be someone who has nothing to do with the village. Kiichi. But there's no one like that here.
Not yet.
Not yet. Are you saying someone from outside has to come help her?
Like Rika-chan says, would a knight in shining armor from the outside world ever come here? Would that person bring in a new wind to this village that has been filled with stale air for hundreds of years? No way. That's just wishful thinking. Time will solve the problem someday. Until then, I have to be their ally. I can't think of anything else I can do for them. As Rika-chan and I crunched on our rock candy, we can only pray that people will forgive Satoko and her family sooner rather than later. Rika-chan gently broke the heavy silence.
I know. I know someone who has absolutely nothing to do with the village. I know someone who has absolutely nothing to do with the village will come here from the outside. That's right. The damn conflict is over. So it'd be great if more people moved into those lots that are for sale. Wouldn't it be fun to have a family with a kid our age move in? He will come. I know. And we'll break this evil practice alongside him. That will be the first key to the one of the 3 locks that has us trapped in the past. Nani? Are you talking about a novel or something?
Rika-chan says some odd things sometimes. When she talks that way, she seems so mature. I even start to doubt that she's really younger than I am. Kinda like she's time traveling or some shit.
Oh, God, it's almost like she's time traveling.
The unreasonable antagonism towards the Hojo family. Will there really be someone from the outside who will shatter our old traditions? Who fucking knows, man? Who knows? Alright, I think this is a good place to stop.
I'm sorry, I keep yawning.
This chapter is actually pretty good, I feel.
I
Has
like it.
lots of good stopping points, at least.
Mm.
But how many did we do? 1, 2, 3...
We didn't do any of those.
No, go back.
1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We did 12. That's not bad.
And that was with your potty break and us getting off topic.
Yeah, am I taking a shit? Okay. Exit. It takes me here. How the fuck do I get out of the game?
Just save.
I did. Well, I guess I could save again? Close.
Then I guess go to connecting fabric fragments.
There's nothing here that'll do that except for exit. Yeah. I guess I have to fucking just close the tab. Shit.
I guess.
That's
Wait, can
fucking-
you press escape?
Oh, good question. Nope.
Escape does nothing.
Nope. It is nothing. Holy
Apparently
shit.
you can't escape.
Wow. They manually closed the fucking window. That's... Are you sure? Yes. What the
That's
fuck?
weird.
That is very weird. Anyway. That'll wrap it for today, folks. Thank you for coming to hang out. I really appreciate it. Now I'm gonna choose somebody to raid who's streaming. Let me see here. Not many people actually. There's someone called Play with Dolly. They have a really cool, creepy as fuck girl model. Spooky vibes. And they're playing Dead by Daylight. Let's go say hi, huh? How about that? How about that?
Yeah.
How about it? Never rated them before. Pretty new to their channel, so good to make new friends. Let's see.
I made a raid message.
I gotta go to the world emotes. Give me like 1 second.
Play with Dolly is their name. Ooh, spooky as fuck. I love it. I freaking love it. But yeah, thank y'all for coming to hang out. I appreciate it. Hope y'all had a good time. That was a fun chapter. Yeah, and we'll have more on Wednesday. I'll get the freaking schedule figured out tonight. But yeah, thank you everybody. Have a good night. We're gonna say hi to Play with Dolly. They're playing Dead by Daylight. And yeah, good night. Kisses.
Good
Mwah.
night.